What happened last week, guys?
Picked up some chaos gremlins.
Just one or two.
And 100 of their followers. Question mark.
100.
Oh yeah, we did do that.
Technically.
Roughly 100. Hashtag sorry, Sophia.
Nice.
Arazid got a pool floaty. Very important.
Some of you have 2 characters to control now.
I mean, 3 of us have 2 characters to control now.
Yay.
So technically, even if we only have 3 players, we still have a full party.
Me just sitting here talking to myself for 3 hours.
I'd love that.
I wrote other stuff down, but those are the main highlights.
Sophia's fucking pissed.
I think Sophia has gone beyond the point of pissed.
I think Sophia's like gone straight into like depression.
She has so many reasons to be depressed right now.
Her secret crush got married. We're making her feed a lot of people. We're maybe gonna die.
What do you mean, maybe? That's definitely gonna happen.
We're not gonna die.
Also, she's mayor now.
And she's like definitely fine with all this. I believe overall the group from Kantawa were all taken to the arena. They were like split up into like their various specialties. You guys, like, I think it was Arazid specifically who broke the news to Sophia and had to stand there awkwardly while Sophia went into another room and then screamed very loudly.
Yeah.
I will never not repost that thing I made last week.
Do it.
And she is taken into like the fighting center of the arena, looking over at the audience, who are roughly 100 of some very, very old, powerful people that have spent what they think is 100 years training. Sophia just like looks over all of them, her eyes begin to panic. So, are you going to introduce me to them, or vice versa? She kind of addresses the group as a whole at this.
Luca steps forward for no reason. Hi, Luca. This is Sam, and oh, she disappeared, but you'll meet the other one. And these are 105 of our closest friends.
Sophia's eyes cast around the room. She kind of, you see her steeling herself a little bit inside. Well,
we can go around and everyone introduce if you want.
I think that in time I will learn your names. She'll like take a few steps forward, like her body language indicating that she's gonna start addressing the room as a whole now.
I'm gonna run and sit down near the rangers and like the mix of magic and melee, or magic and martial people.
It takes a little while. You have to like go down a gangplank and then like through a set of stairs and then like up those stairs and then like run up to the benches.
I missed the first part of her speech. Fuck.
Oh yeah. You'll miss like the first sentence or two. Well, greetings all of you. Welcome to the city of Grove, the oasis of the West. Although, from what I understand, you are from a similar place yourself. I hope you all understand that current climate of the world and the threat that our land is currently being faced by.
Don't worry, we got cliff notes. And turns to Sam. God, she's so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. I would like to welcome all of you, and amongst the first question, please raise your hand if you are able to produce food.
I raise my hand,
Audra raises
and I
her
kind of
hand.
have nice people around me.
There's about like 20 or so people in the spellcaster, like third of the group, that raise their hand. You can see Sophia like noticeably calms down more at this. I will warn you, in the coming week, you will be doing a lot of that. Our farmland is not suited for mass producing food for a large, hungry army.
Sophia. Audra kind of like whispers in her head. Do you need me to go tend to the farm? Have you not had time to? Do you need like a good berry stockpile? Like,
She's still addressing everyone as a whole here.
yeah.
Have...
Audra knows, and it's making it like so.
This is like the very subtle way of like raising your hand in the middle of like assembly.
It's honestly like having like a full aside and then realizing, oh wait, she's still talking to everybody.
I confess that we have spent so much time frantically trying to improve our defences and mass produce weapons and train everyone up from the ability to beat a beetroot into a pulp to, well, possibly doing that with a goblin. That food stocks have been neglected. Furthermore, well, as much as that first topic pains me, your arrival is most fortuitous. My scouts arrived back in the city earlier today and have brought with them an approximate amount of numbers of the incoming horde, and they are in the thousands. This fight
Luca starts
will
cracking
be
her knuckles.
overwhelming. There will be many casualties. We may not survive.
Luca looks honestly scarily excited.
If you do not have the steel to face such a challenge, well, good luck facing it on your own out there in the desert.
Oh, she's cold.
If you are willing to aid us, you have my full support and respect, and a place in Grove forever and ever afterwards. Any questions?
Does that one guy raise his hand?
No, surprisingly not. But you look over and you see that he is currently taking notes. He's got like his little his little small spectacles just like fully like hanging off the end of his nose right now. He's like so concentrating on writing that only his like ears are holding them onto his face.
Luca will kind of get up on like this. Is Sophia like on the stage, the main stage?
Yeah,
I assume?
yeah. Imagine
Yeah.
like a coliseum, with like a a circular or like ovaloid seating area, but the center stage itself, there's like about a 50-foot gap that falls like right into water below, and then there's just like a rectangular arena in like the middle, held up on like very, very large beams.
Luca's just gonna hop up to whatever level Sophia's at and kind of clap her on the shoulder. So, I was gonna train these guys. We've mostly been doing it just for like recreation, fun. But they've gotten pretty good. So, Do you have anyone else you want me to include in these exercises, or?
If you would somehow be able to improve the largest portion of our masses.
Yeah, get him in here. Get him in here. I'll get him doing drills.
Our peasantry, they are currently training, mostly over in the farmlands to the north and east.
Leans in, kind of does like a slow lean so Sophia can back off if she wants to. You want to escort me over there and I can see what I can do?
Sophia does pull away, but like, a lot less than you'd expect. Only like about an inch.
When she starts to pull away, Luca will like pause like that exact distance.
Afterwards, fine. Yes, I will.
All right, watch me work then.
I'm sorry.
Does a front flip off of the main stage?
What,
Can I do a vibe read
water?
on Luca?
Do you want to activate your gaydar?
Yeah, I'm gonna activate my gaydar.
What are you trying to discern about Luca specifically?
Is she trying to get in it with Sophia?
I can tell you without a roll. Do correct me if I'm wrong, though, Sarah. That this feels very similar to how like Ollie treated you.
So like confused as to whether or not they're trying to get into it with you or not.
That would be how you would read it, like without a roll, but you can like look into it further with insight if you desire.
I'm just gonna let Arazid read it like that because I think personally that it's funny. He's kind of shakes his head sympathetically at Sophia and also moves to exit the seating area of the Coliseum.
Morning, Bailey.
Hello.
We're not very far in. We've just had Sophia awkwardly addressing the gathered people and then awkwardly being flirted with, being flirted at, really, by Luca. Would Chance want to add anything to this? Basically, Sophia's just been like, "Hi, thanks for coming. It's going to be hard. We have thousands of people approaching. Good luck."
Nah, at this, well, Chance kind of organized the ragtag defense whenever it was a monocid. At this point, I think he's learned enough about democracy and such from Audra to know that even though that he wants to get up and start doing stuff, it's better to let the leaders do stuff because that's their job.
Okay.
And he shouldn't overstep them.
Fair enough.
Um,
Go for it, Arazid.
I would actually like to tell the crowd, like, okay, so there's like thousands of them, but also like thousands is like we fought one of like the leaders of the army. His name was Wormlord Koth, and he was surprisingly easy to kill. So I'm hoping it's thousands like that, and not like thousands like Azar Cool. But I think there'd be thousands. I think they'd all fight each other for power and end up tearing each other apart. So I think it should be fine. Is my thing.
Oh, and we have a dragon.
Oh yeah! Don't attack the dragon if you see it. Don't attack the. He's friend.
Oh, he's blue, so if you see any other dragon that's not blue, you can attack it.
Well, maybe we should like introduce ourselves and like suss out the situation first.
Yeah, okay.
If there is nothing else further that anyone wishes to ask, at this point, I would like to ask Arazid, Audra, could you please escort all of our spellcasters to the Druid's Grove?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
do that. Okay, third group of spellcasters with me, please. Come on.
I will escort the melee fighters along with Luca here to the training grounds. And Chance, Solas, and Samantha, was it?
That's correct.
I would respectfully ask that you handle the ranged fighters.
Are we going to be training or what? Because I think, if anything, I'm best suited to help either the casters or the melee fighters.
Forgive me, I took you for a ranged fighter. Who would be best at ranged?
Arazid typically focuses on, fighting with a bow and arrow.
And we're very proud of him.
I use both sword and magic.
Maybe in that case you should go with Audra and Arazid. Could you please take care of the ranged fighters?
I look sadly at Audra because I really wanted to go with Audra, but then I go, yeah, that'd be a good idea. I have a bow and an arrow, and I know how to use them.
You hear in your head, you're
Well-
going to do such a good job.
Out of the 6 of us, you're the best ranged fighter, so. And then Chance is gonna pat Arazid on the shoulder.
I give him a hug. I just hug his leg. I don't care.
You know that very awkward, I don't want to be hugged, but at the same time I like this person. Chance is just gonna put an arm, impress it against your back and kind of slightly hug, but at the same time it's a very much I don't like to be touched by anybody except for Audra.
I get the vibes. I let go pretty quickly, and I go, okay. I can do that. Yeah. Am I doing that alone? I'm fine with doing that alone, but I just want to be. I want to be double
I think
checking.
you're with the others, with Samantha there and who else is in this group?
That would be I think it would be Samantha and Solas would be helping out, at least setting up.
I very much imagine Sam will go between all 3. Just because that's kind of was her job.
She's one of those move yourself people. You feel like you belong somewhere else, move yourself.
Arazid, if you could please take them over to the Timber Ward. We have an archery range set up that we are using to train some of our peasantry.
Oh, okay.
If you could help them all out, assess them, see their readiness for battle, that would be much appreciated.
Do you want me to write you a report as well on it?
You can, or verbal is fine.
Oh, I need. I'll write it down so you have it, because I know you have a lot to remember, and I don't want you to have to remember this as well.
My thanks. And Samantha, Solas, please assist Arazid.
I'll do my best.
Providence is getting away with not being given a job because she ain't there.
Exactly.
You probably a lot of you will pass Providence just chilling by the lakeside.
I thought Providence was invisible.
No, she's at the moment she's not. Got no reason to be.
I always presumed that if Providence was just kind of chilling off on her lonesome, she would do it invisibly.
Depend on mood.
And you will split your various ways?
For sure.
the groups as a whole, as you begin to assess them, do seem to be quite effective. You're surprised, like they're individually they're not like quite as they're not quite as effectual as some of the summit members that you fought. But nonetheless, they have been trained quite well, and essentially what I'm saying is their CR seems to be kind of high.
So much training is recreation. We're so fucking bored.
I mean, the recreational area as a whole was literally just like sports. What else is there to do but train physicality? Sophia will guide, I think it's just Luca and, you know, all the melee fighters over to like the farmland area. Does Luca want to like say anything while the two journey ahead?
So, you're like the boss here.
I am the democratically elected temporary war mayor.
You just really into war, or?
Oh, we have a war coming. That's most of the focus right now.
I think Luca's just trying to feel out Sophia's vibe, honestly, trying to do the vibe check that Arazid did not do earlier.
You could roll like an insight check.
I'm good at these. Or at least Luca is. Okay, I get... Oh, I only get +10 to insight? Bullshit, okay. Natural 20 +10.
Well, from that I can tell you that you can tell that Sophia is absolutely like a sapphic aligned individual. But she seems to have other things on her mind right now, so while she you catch her like stealing glances at you as well, like she's focusing a lot on like your arms.
I flex.
Yeah, and like your there's like something about like your upper chest, like your collarbone kind of area, and like your shoulders, that she seems to be like focusing on a little bit. You get the sense that like she's not really mentally there for like a relationship at the moment.
Still gonna flirt with her outrageously, but I'm not. Luca's not gonna push it. She doesn't ask her out or anything. It's just being like kind of subtle flirting the entire time.
You get the sense from like the way that her eyes kind of like stay on you that an evening aside wouldn't be out of the question.
Tucks hair behind ear.
The double tuck. But yeah, like she doesn't really have the headspace right now for anything more than that. Like as you guys are walking, she's like talking at length about like how all of the problems that she's been dealing with as temporary interim war mayor, and how like she's not technically in office alone, but like the two people she's in office with are a lot less effectual than she'd hoped. Like, she mentions this guy Perdak that apparently is also ruling with her, but he has spent literally all his time out at the farmlands training these peasants up.
I can't relate to that at all. My fellow leaders are great. Honestly, don't know what I would do without them. Probably just play water polo all day.
What is water polo? Or polo?
Okay, you're in a pool of water. And there's a ball. You know what a ball is, right?
Like the gods?
No, it's like a spherical object, like yay big. And usually it has some give to it, so if you hit somebody in the head, you're not going to knock them out.
Oh.
And it's like a point scoring game where you like split up into teams, and there are like parameters for scoring points. And the goal is to wipe the floor with the other team. Just like really demoralize them.
It sounds very diverting. Maybe after this is over, I could watch you play sometime.
I would love to have you on the sidelines.
She like bites her lower lip a little bit, and out of the corner of your eye, with your nat 20, you see her tuck one of her strands of hair behind one of her ears.
Ah, yes. Maybe I could tell you more about, water polo and all these other, games we're playing later over like a bottle of wine or something. You guys still drink wine, right?
Oh yes. We actually had a new arrival in the city a few days ago. He's quite an interesting individual in his own right. His name is Trim. He's imported some rather interesting techniques for making and flavouring wine. He's been making wine.
How interesting.
He's been making wine out of dates. And like as she says this, like you see that she kind of like panics internally a little bit, like she meant the fruit, but like she's just said the word.
I mean, hey, if you wanted to ask me on a date, all you'd have to do is say.
The fruit.
Luca almost makes a joke about being a fruit, but doesn't.
That would have been a step
Luca's like
too
immediately like, wrong audience.
She is far too repressed for this level of humor thus far.
Yeah. I just got her to tuck her hair. I'm not gonna blow that.
There's like a good 40 people just like trudging behind you, and you can like
keep up.
I'm assuming that like Luca wouldn't have been like completely asexual for the last 100 years.
There's at least a couple of spurned people in there.
There's like, you hear some whispering.
There's at least a couple of people where it's been like, a week of everything's great, and then the next week it's like, okay, why are you following me around like a puppy dog?
You do your best to ignore the whispering in the hope that Sophia hasn't noticed. I mean, she still seems to be trying to recover from like the anxious coughing fit.
You want to stay and watch for a little bit, just so you can assess my competence.
Fine.
Okay, girl. Sorry, I'm not there, but get it, girl.
And I don't know if you. I would love to make some sort of charisma check to impress her.
Yeah, I would say it would be like a performance, but like if your strength is higher than your charisma, use that as your base stat instead.
Do you mean dex?
Oh yes, sorry, dex.
Okay. It'll be like a flat +5. Ah, shit. I turn my bad side to her. It's fine.
Oof.
She rolled a nat 1 for being gay.
No, I was rolling to see if one of your like subjects would take pity on you and give you the help action.
Nope.
No, apparently you've got too many spurned lovers in this group. They ain't helping.
I mean, it's still a plus, so you said I could use dex as my base. I do get, because of Fey Wander, I do get a +4 to all charisma checks.
Okay. So do you
it's
have
still not that bad.
Do you have a regular plus to your performance?
So it would be 4 + 5.
Wow.
So it would be 9.
It's
I don't
like
have the Feywinder thing on there, but yeah.
right. Yeah, I just had to look on your sheet and I just saw zeros. Which again, I did say it was optional.
I have the one on the other game filled out, and I thought we were gonna export it. So.
Oh, right. Yep, crap. Let me make a physical note of that in my little Ren needs to remind themselves of everything booklet.
So it's still a 13. It's not great, but
Okay. A 13 is still like higher than average. It's like not exactly quite the level you were hoping for, but like you look over and she's giving you like a little smile and a clap, 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 and that really emboldens you. You feel like you've done a pretty good job.
honestly, Luca always feels that way.
You guys just like kind of in the farmlands, like one of the like derelict fields basically has just been turned into, you know, in Shrek where they go to Lord Farquaad's castle and there's just like this big ring in the center where he beats up a bunch of people to a Joan Jett song.
Yes.
Imagine that, but on like a way larger scale.
Nice. And I'm just doing like the full like let's get down to business to defeat the Huns type montage.
Pretty
where I'm
much.
giving everyone like staves, and I'm like teaching them like some like cool monk forms, like how to dodge, how to parry, like because for a normal person, a stave is an extremely effective weapon. So
you could roll a persuasion check to see like to you're kind of like showing off your abilities as a leader to Sophia right now.
that I do have something in. For me, that's a plus 10. 20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
So
Dirty 20.
You see, like it's a lot less obvious, like how she's taking it. Like you were clearly trying to show off with like your physical ability beforehand, and she was applauding that. But like now you just see that like she has this very complex smile on her face, and like she just shifts her body a little bit. Crosses like her arms in like she's like holding herself kind of motion. She's like biting the corner of one of her thumbnails.
mission success.
I'm not gonna lie, Sophia is very cute.
She's pretty. I picked out that art. I know she's cute.
Yeah.
And with that, we'll jet over onto Arazid et al., who are in the Timber Ward.
Where the fuck is that?
Kind of
Where
like
the fuck?
it's in like the top right-hand corner.
Thank you.
Not too far away from where Sophia was. And yeah, there's like a kind of like shooting range that's been arranged in this area. And there's a good like 100+ peasants that like some of them are busy making arrows and some of them are busy like trying to shoot arrows. A lot of them like can barely even seem to like hold a bow together.
Oh no. I'm walking through them. I'm like, can you so that's not how you pull back that's not how you pull back that at all. You gotta okay, and then you and I just like fixing people's posture, like fixing people's like positions on the bow. Why do you have an arrow, and if you don't know how to hold it, take the arrow, practice without the arrow. Practice without the arrow.
There's like some confusion between the people that aren't like currently shooting. Is that like, what the hell would we try and shoot without an arrow? But like the one person that you're tutoring does try so, and like I would like you to make a short bow attack.
Oh, my record is not great.
I'm gonna use that roll as like your individuality to like talk this guy through things. I'm taking 3 off of that roll because you have a magic weapon.
Yeah.
But
So only a 26.
only.
Only.
Yes, darling. And with that, like, the guy that you're training just like holds the bow without an arrow and just like pulls it back a few times. Like he twangs his nose once or twice, but like you come along and you just like reach up and like correct his form in a bunch of different ways. And then eventually you give him an arrow again and he hits it. He doesn't hit a bullseye, but he hits it so on target. Like it's really on, you know, the target plank of wood. And he just starts like cheering and like showing it off to his mates.
That's so cute. I know it feels silly to practice drawing back the bowstring without an arrow, but I don't want you to hurt anyone or yourself because you don't know like how the pressure is. You know, you got to do things like normally there's like practice arrows, but I don't think we have time to make those or do anything. So just there's an order to these things, and you got it, and I'm really proud of you. Now you're ready to fight in a war.
There's like an instant reaction from a lot of people in the crowd when they mention that. And it's just like, war? We're not ready to fight in a war.
Okay, well, let's take a few hours and then you'll be ready to fight in a war. And I just like set up like demonstrations where I'm like demonstrating like I'm like see how my body is like okay, so like I've relaxed, but I'm not like loose, you know, like but I'm not rigid, you know. I'm like you relaxed, not loose, not sloppy. And then okay, so you want your feet about this length apart. I don't have a unit of measurement for that, but about this length apart. Just scale that up for your like more tall humanoid body. Scale that down, if you're shorter than me. You're just about this length
no
apart.
One here shorter than you.
Oh, okay. And I just go through like basic form. And I'm like, okay, so like, you know, you should also like, you know, there's like silvered arrows. There's, you know, we don't know what affects these creatures the best. So, you know, just I guess practice with your standard arrows for now.
And on her way back from like viewing the melee fighters, Sophia will hang around the archery range for a little bit and watch as you do this. And as you like for a moment, you step away, and like let the people like try and like practice what you've taught them. And she'll.
Oh, I'm gonna hand her a note that I've written about their progress. Just give me 1 second.
And you assume it like it's still taking Arazid like a little while to write things down.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like 2 minutes, and I'm like,
You turn to Sophia, and then like you'll start like be writing something on like a piece of parchment. I assumed like you're using just your hand to like hold the parchment like steady. I don't really think that Arazid's the type of person to order someone to like use their back.
Yeah.
How would Samantha and Solas like to help in all of this? Understand that neither of you are particularly skilled when it comes to ranged weapon combats.
Yeah.
How far between like the firing line and like how much space have we got distance wise?
There's about 40 feet.
Okay. Sam will basically go to the edge of that, and she will use her own people from the vault as an example. She will rage, and she will just run towards them. She wants them to hit her as many times as they can. Because she knows that physical and, you know, muscle memory is one thing, it's the mental. If they're not prepared to kill someone, then they're dead already. So she wants to basically train their mindset to almost go on autopilot.
Okay,
she's gonna run at them.
I immediately want to give Samantha inspiration for this because you're absolutely right.
Yeah, she will use her own people because they know what she's about to do.
Right, they've been trained, they've been desensitized. These peasants have probably never even shot at rabbits before.
Exactly. So they just have to deal with a human woman who is on fire, running at them with a greatsword.
I can't help but continue to think of Samantha as human Karlak, and I love it.
Not wholesome enough.
Haha! True. Yeah, you do this. How would Solas react?
He'd react with a mix of like, what the fuck, and I kind of expected this. Like, he's just looking with a face of, okay, admittedly this makes sense, but still, what the fuck?
And by the way, like, if he doesn't have like anything particular that he's able to like bring to this, he's going to be asked and shown how to make arrows.
Yeah, I think for the most part, he'd supervise things, and if you noticed anyone have like particularly bad aim, he would try his best to assist them. As well, he's not that good with like bows and arrows and crossbows. What he is good with is aiming.
Yeah, he is good at aiming, and to be frank, he's probably still better at bows and arrows than the majority of these peasants.
Probably.
So he can still act as like a good like assistant trainer.
Yeah.
And like most of the peasants are looking quite taken aback by Samantha's display of, let's just say, brawn. But like there's about like a quarter of them that like look between themselves and like they look over at like the new group of the newcomers from the vault, who seem completely nonplussed by this. So they like trust that this like they're not gonna actually kill Samantha, and you are shot at repeatedly.
Wonderful.
Do you like dodge, or
Nope.
what's your AC?
I do go into a coughing fit for a second, though.
Oh dear.
No, because I have lay on hands. I have cure wounds.
Okay.
I will just heal myself to any possible degree. Plus, I'm also resistant to arrows. So, yeah, they could just keep hitting me.
Okay, these guys have got a +4 to hit.
Cool.
I'm gonna roll like 4 times and say that that's like 10 people each.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I think 2 hit or 20
2 indeed.
hit. And
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be frank, right? They're not doing 378 piercing damage.
No. All in all, they do 32 points of piercing damage to you. As you kind of look like Boromir right now.
So that's reduced down to 16.
Yeah, like some you're still able to dodge. But yeah, you have about 8 arrows in you.
To be honest, he just pulls them all out.
Some people look some of the peasants specifically, because again, vault dwellers don't care. They've seen you do this party trick. The peasants look very scared at this. Sophia looks scared but impressed. Probably in the distance, you can almost hear Luca's jealousy.
Luca's like, catch one, because that's what Luca does when they do this trick. She has deflect missiles.
Good, that's half of you. Pulls out arrows. Again. Goes again.
I fucking love Samantha so much.
She will go until she's expended all of her healing.
Do take that inspiration.
Okay.
In short, at least one peasant is going to be either persuaded or forced into firing at least one arrow at you. And throughout the course of the afternoon, your healing will be spent. But they will have improved.
I'm on the wrong sheet. There we go.
I actually, earlier today, because I thought maybe we'd end up getting to the actual battle today, which is why I had like a map ready. I also worked out like how to run like unit-wide combat today, because I am not going to run one singular piece of combat with thousands of participants.
No, you gotta do mob combat. There's no way.
Yeah.
That or just play it as Dragonlance, where they have the fray, where it's basically one focused battle where the party is, and then everything else is just kind of going on around you. But if you get too far from like where you should be, you just start taking damage as people, like, you just get overwhelmed by numbers of like enemies attacking you.
Yeah, I'm doing something similar to that. I found this like interesting formula that I basically am just going to use the CR of like every single person in like a unit, or I guess a battalion, like, and times that by like environmental variables, and like I'm counting the traps that you guys have spent ages working on as like one of these traps, and give that as like a bonus, and just measure that against like the attacking battalions like comparative level, and see who wins that way, basically. So I ended up like working out the the CR of every single participant in this combat. And I like, if you guys are gonna spend more time training, that I think actually might change, because right now I've put the farmers at a 1 of CR each.
To be fair, that makes them more dangerous than the average commoner.
True. They had like I took into account that they had already spent some time training.
This is the note.
Oh,
Hold
it's
up.
done.
Hold up.
Oh my god! The peasants are dab.
Yeah.
Beautiful. She kind of takes it, she pinches it just between 2 fingers and looks at it. Dab? I'm not familiar with this phrase.
Wait, hold up. And I kind of snatch it from her and I squint and I go, I always mess up the B's and the D. I'm sorry.
Oh, I see, you meant bad.
Yeah. I got P down because it looks like how it sounds.
I'm not going to lie, I kind of knew that already.
Oh, okay. Well, now you don't have to remember it.
I will treasure this always, she says, very obviously lying.
Thank you. I don't know how to write a military report. I'm 20 and I lived in a cave for the last 20 years. I thought it would be helpful, though. I'm sorry.
Well, just keep working at it. We still have 4 and a bit days until the troops are meant to arrive, so hopefully there's time to make them more dab and less bad.
Yeah, I can make them more dab. I can do that. Just give me the time and I'm totally willing to train 15, 16 hours a day if these guys are.
Arazid has a streak of his mother in him. Time to drive these peasants until they can fight.
Yeah, I just slowly develop a more and more like Scottish accent over time.
That being said, you are reminded that your mother is meant to arrive in the city in a day or two's time on the island.
Oh, we gotta break out the red carpet. We gotta get out the good pancakes.
And she kind of like smiles awkwardly. Keep it up, and thank you all for your service. And she'll just like back away slowly. Allow you guys to continue the training. Sophia spends one last quizzical look at Samantha, who currently has like an arrow literally sticking out of her heart.
Nah, she pulls that out.
Oh yeah, but you know, that's kind of like when Sophia catches you just before you pull it out. She may even see you literally pulling it out and just be like, good lord. And she'll like wander off back to the mansion, and we'll zoom in on the Druid's Grove. Ilda has been there for a while.
Hi, Ilda.
Yes. She's probably just like sat off on like a bench or something, and just seems to like be staring up at the sky.
Excuse me, Miss Ilda. Hi.
Oh,
We're going to be training some of your friends. Do you want to join? Or are you waiting on a skywrite? Or...
oh no, I saw it, but it's fine. I'd be happy to help. Sure.
Great! Okay, everybody gather around. We're going to start with a guided meditation. And then I'm going to let Chance at you.
Like Old Bort is like there. He's kind of like sitting off in a corner, not too far away from where Ilda chose to sit herself. He's just like waving this like, it looks like a sage stick. It's like burning, and it's just creating like this kind of herbal funky smell in the air. And he seems to be chanting a very eldritch, long-lost druidic phrase.
Do I know what he's doing?
There are some things that he has yet to teach you. So I'd like you to roll like a nature check.
Nature? Fuck. Okay.
Or like history.
History I'm so much better at. Hold on. Fuck.
Yeah, there are some secrets of the universe that even you are not yet privy to. But it's quite possible that he may just be like as you approach and you hear some like him humming as well as he chants. It's possible he may just be singing and just having a good time. What were you saying, sorry, Demon?
I just wanted to know if Ilda would be able to tell.
Oh yeah, I'd allow her to do like a nature or a history check as well, whichever's better.
They're both the same.
Nice.
Oh, whoops, wrong person. Also, that's not meant to be on. So yeah, about as expected. So there's only a 9.
Okay. Like all in all, you just kind of look at this and you smell what he's burning. It's obviously not sage.
Bert's trying to get us all high.
You're not quite experienced enough with the current realm to know if he is being just like a chill dude, or if he's actually doing some kind of ancient druidic ritual.
Okay.
But yeah, the three of I assume 3 of you, since Providence seems to have tagged along at the end.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 of you and like the 30, 40 odd spellcasters all trickle into the grove. where there is plenty of room. The altar has now been cleared away of the wedding paraphernalia. And you guys have the opportunity to formulate some form of training regimen.
Yeah, Audra's gonna get everybody kind of awake and focused, and literally go through like a kind of like a moving, kind of guided meditation, almost like gosh, what's that like moving meditation that old people do in the park? What's the name of that?
What, like Tai Chi?
Tai Chi, yeah, she goes into like Tai Chi thing with them. And then she says, okay, and I'm going to pass you over to my husband, who learned magic in one day. So everybody pay attention.
We're going to subdivide even further. Those who have magic innate to them, could you please raise your hands?
About 25 of the 38 people raise their hands.
Chin's going to turn to Providence. You're going to be better to help them. I've learned my magic is arcane. Yours is innate. I believe it would be best for you to train them.
Wait, what? Huh?
Oh, we're helping the people train a bit better for the fight coming. Would you mind helping?
Sure. I can.
All right,
Try it?
all of you with your hands up, you're going to go with Providence. She is a very powerful sorcerer who will be able to help you channel your more innate casting abilities. Any of you who practice nature magic?
Six of them raised their hands.
You are going to be training with Audra and Oldbort. They are druids and will be able to help you. The rest of you are going to be with me. I presume most of you then are arcane users taught.
Yeah, there are, it's like 25 of them are innate casters. 6 are divine, so that leaves 7 people who are taught arcane casters.
Alright. You lot are with me. We're going to be doing some Enchant's gonna pull out like his spell book. We're gonna be doing a book club.
You, Chance, have the great honor of having Horvin in your group.
Yeah. Chance is going to start this training by going over like spell books and everything, to basically get a list of spells that they collectively know and which ones are going to be good for them all to know, as well as like trying to also scale like what level caster is everybody. Chance knows Colvin is 8th level. So he knows that those are going to be off the table for most of them. He's the most powerful, but he wants to see the level of where everybody else is at as well.
Right, I can find the exact sheet. So through comparing, you see that most of them have been trained to about a 6th level.
Okay. With that, what is their? I'm not sure if you just want to share the sheet with me so I can compare like what their spells are compared to like my own and give them some.
Yeah, sure. I'll message it to you now.
Yeah, I think Audra's gonna take some time, like since it's such a small group, like meeting each of them where they're at, talking to them about connecting with whatever their divine power is. And like honestly having like some like a nice emotional space to connect and like really, because it's such a stressful situation, like really getting centered. So they're all mentally prepared.
All right.
They definitely seem to be appreciative of that.
How much magic ink do I have? Because that's going to be what makes this hard. Oh, I only have 12 levels
You can
worth.
zip down to the market if you need to.
I don't think we've cleared this market out yet.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know if they have enough for like everybody to get like trade like
I mean, you can find out how
spells
much
type
they have.
thing.
You know, if you tell them what it's for.
Is there any? Do you have like a specific list for? What was it, Colvin?
Horvin, yeah.
Or Corvin?
Horvin. I don't have like a specific list for him. But I can find one real quick that'd fit.
All right. Or even if you want to get back to that, like in a little bit, like after the break or something.
He's more of this type of person.
Oh, okay. Just so Chance has like everything and can start like okay. So with that, Chance is going to kind of denote he knows what he wants to share with the others, and he knows what he wants to take from them to put in his own spell book. So he's going to pop over to the market and start collecting as much magical ink as he can, specifically saying that like this is for casters to be able to share information for the defense of Grove, and he will buy as much as they are willing to give at like price point A. Like what basically like whatever they say type thing.
Yeah, like cost price.
Yeah.
You'd be able to get the equivalent of 50 days, or like 50 charges of arcane supplies for the low cost of 20 gold.
Well, that's arcane supplies, and the magic ink is like different because it's specific like kind of wizard thing where it's typically 50 gold per one level of spell, and you need equivalent to whatever spell level you're trying to copy.
Sorry, I thought they were the same because they are in my homebrew rules for spell making.
Oh, I've kept them separate because it's specifically a thing like in the wizard subclass breakdown
Okay.
or the wizard class breakdown.
I'll be honest, I've never played a wizard before, so I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, let me
It's a lot.
grab it here.
Rules.
Copying a spell. Yeah, here it is.
50 gold for a first level spell, so I guess a 6th level one would be like 300 gold?
Yeah, because it's copying a spell into your spell book. It's this section here. Let me just post into Discord here. Come on. Because you get 2 for free whenever you level, and then after that you need to find spell scrolls and copy them.
I see. All in all, you'd be able to find about 1,000 gold pieces worth of ink.
So that's 1,000 divided by 50, so that's 20 levels worth. Okay. That can work, because there's 6 plus chance, so that's 7 total. I don't know if that's worth. Because I was trying to give them a very cheeky 6th level spell. Because I was going to give them like all Tensor's transformation and give them some weapons, so
That's
that whenever their
cool.
magic was run out, they could then become melee fighters.
Ooh.
But I don't think that's going to work because I don't think that we have
They can't
enough
cast that,
ink.
yeah.
Well, they're 6th level casters; they can all cast it.
Oh, I thought they were like level 6 characters, not that they can cast 6th level spells.
No, they can cast up to 6th level spells. In which case, it was going to be, hey, hold your 6th level spell slot, fire off everything else, and then, cast Tensor's transformation, turn into fucking badasses, and go cut down and butcher the enemy.
You could do that
Because-
with like 1 or 2 people.
Yeah. Alright, so down to 9,000 Southern DeLorean gold. Oh no.
Oh no.
Whatever will I do? And I have 32 things of ink. Alright, if you want to help or move on, I will figure out what Chance is going to get from them. Because we're going to have to make a spell scroll, and then basically everybody's going to copy from it. So I'll figure out like what Chance is going to like show them, what he knows, what he's going to take from them. And we can go from there.
Okie dokie. So Audra, you're like holding like a kind of feelingsy circle.
Honestly, I feel like Chance is having book club. Audra's having like straight like therapy, like getting through like some of the emotional struggles, like ahead of preparing everybody mentally for this battle, preparing them for the trauma that's gonna happen. And also like kind of like trying to start with a clean slate, like getting rid of and working through stuff that they're kind of coming to the situation with already, like being isolated in a vault for 100 years. And like helping them reconnect with wherever they get their divine power from, just trying to like strengthen that connection by strengthening them emotionally and mentally.
It sounds good, and it's definitely the kind of thing that would be received quite welcome by these new people.
I feel like, like the act of physically casting a spell is like so much more like it comes from an emotional, mental place, right? So it's like traditional training wouldn't really help that much. And then like towards the end, once everybody's like done like crying and then pulled themselves together and like we have the group hug, then we spend like 15 minutes going over tactics.
It's like you sit down with 6 people and just get them to share like all their feelings. In general, they all feel like really quite kind of worried and disconnected. Technically, Ilda falls into this category. Would she join in?
If she was allowed to, she would basically like do her best to help the people she knows. Because I'd imagine some of these people from the vault were people she personally trained. So she would kind of use methods and techniques, kind of share them as well. That she kind of used to help them develop their abilities while in the vault.
So you'd be there more or less essentially as like a backup therapist.
In a way.
Absolutely. I have a travel size feeling stick that you can be in charge of that one.
The general consensus overall seems to be like a lot of confusion and feelings of loss.
Aww. Yeah, Audra like totally, gets that and like works through these guys with like, how are we gonna, deal with this loss? How are we processing it? Are we prepared for potentially more loss? Talking about like coping mechanisms, healthy coping mechanisms.
There is a fair amount of like crying and like questions about what happened to the world. And why they don't feel like as much of a connection to it now as they used to.
That honestly breaks Audra's heart a little bit, but she tries to hide it.
I kind of want to ask you to make a deception roll there.
Okay. Oh, I'm so good at this. I'm so good at this.
You are, in your role as teacher, able to keep your feelings out of the classroom, as it were.
Yeah, and since Audra's able to like hide it and successfully do that, kind of we're able to talk more about that, about like how the world has changed, and we are moving towards trying to get it back, but it must be like really difficult and different, and just empathize. I feel like just giving them a chance to like share their feelings and empathizing with them.
There's a lot of like crying and hugging. And a couple of them ask Audra to like lead them in a prayer or like a ritual to connect their souls more to like the world as it is now.
Let's see. This is gonna take a while.
The thing that would jump out like most to your mind is the ritual that you would complete once a year.
Ooh, yeah, okay. Yeah. I'll kind of we already shuffled off to the side because I wanted us to have privacy. I feel like we're probably on like in like the altar area where I actually ended up getting married. And I lead them all through like that process of like you can pray or you can connect with the earth, but like that process of like meditation.
You lead them all through this, and as a result, they do seem to feel like a lot more connected. Like they feel like they understand the world and how nature feels in this moment a lot more than they used to. And Providence.
Yes.
You have the highest amount of students. You have 25 of the finest computer science students. Just all of those that were just so naturally good at it back in school. And don't feel like they need to be taught anything.
So what you're saying is, I can't leave this room because of the amount of energy drink cans blocking the doorway.
Exactly.
Okay, good.
The aliens didn't build the pyramid, computer science students did. It was made
Yeah,
out
sounds
of
about right. Yeah. Just as a side project.
But in all seriousness, yeah, like, you have 25 people in your group that you've been just lumped with. They're all people who, like you, are just so naturally good at magic. Although, I think their approach to it is a lot more laissez-faire than yours, which might make you feel a particular way.
Honestly, no.
Okay.
She'll just... I don't really know what she'll do. I think she'll just get them to talk. Because she knows that they... if they're coughing like I am,
Oh, buddy.
she knows that they are competent, so she's not going to belittle them by that. She's just going to talk to them.
You find out that, like, a lot of them, they didn't even know that they were magically powerful until something that they refer to as the somnambulant syndrome hit, and they were unaffected. A lot of them, 100 years ago in their time, lost friends, family, co-workers, and they had to deal with a lot of corpses. And they were left wondering why for a long time. Like, like a lot of them really don't seem to have let go of that feeling. The group as a whole seems to be like split into two. Those who just kind of panicked and then started to seemingly manifest magical abilities and were like further taught by Horvin and some of his co-workers, and then ones who seem to have like prayed for answers, and something answered them in the shadows.
Oh boy. I think if they're opening up, Providence opens up. But kind of like in the middle. To kind of bridge the gap between the two groups.
What would she talk about?
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that the million on LMB's gold piece question?
That's chump change.
It's chance change.
Honestly? Fucking everything at this point. These people don't know her. So... everything? She'll tell them that she's going to die in about, like, a week and a half, maybe 2. She'll tell them that this is her second chance at life, that there isn't another attempt, that she is trying so hard to keep just a fraction of hope, despite the fact that everything she has known throughout her entire life has been a lie. That at times there's just the only thing keeping her going is the fact that there is an end. And that ultimately she's inconsequential. That it matters more that this place survives and that she doesn't want to be remembered. She doesn't want a tombstone, she wants like an unmarked grave in the middle of fucking nowhere. She wants no one to remember her because of everything she's done.
A wave of silence would sweep over the entirety of the grove. Providence's desires would even hit the ears of Audra and Chance as they're...
Oh, she's not being quiet.
Yeah, as they're doing like their own particular things. Maybe Providence even feels comforted knowing that now some people who are quite likely to be there on her death know what she wants to do.
Audra feels an even stronger drive to stop this from happening. It sucks so hard because Audra understands 100% Providence's like magical illness and knows how to fix it, but cannot do it herself. And it's such a shitty position to be in.
I mean, you hear her say that she doesn't want to be cured because she doesn't feel that she deserves it.
Yeah, but, you know, Audra married somebody who felt like they didn't deserve anything in life, so you can imagine how she feels about that.
I don't know that.
You do not know that, no.
As a player and as tiefling.
Yeah, you weren't here for mid-game Chance, as I like to refer to him.
Yeah,
Mid-chance.
Chance had an arc and a half.
Pre-redemption Chance, like book 2 Zuko.
Yeah, it was like middling. He was a lot worse before.
I refer you to the playlist.
Yeah, I think the one where he comes across and saves somebody from sexual harassment and then goes, "Hey, I saved you, pay up," probably is a low point.
You did what?
Hey,
Yeah, Solas was thankfully there to stop him
okay,
from
we have
being.
to go back. You have teleport. We have to go apologize.
Well, I have no idea where this person is now because Blue Rock Lake is no more.
Oh no!
They're probably in Jurass by now. That's where the vast majority of people from Blue Rock fled to.
Mm. Yeah.
Anyway, you two were in your own separate areas. You ain't talking about this right now.
Yeah. At this point, Chance, you know, is writing down or getting one of the others to write down a spell for him to copy into his spell book, and he's copying a couple spells down to teach others.
Okay. What is he trying to copy?
So he's getting them to copy down lightning bolt so he can learn it, and then he is going to copy down shield because
Oh, that's a great choice.
majority of them don't know it, and he's going to teach it to them.
Nice.
And then
And
what was
lightning
it?
bolt is only like a 2-mana spell anyway.
It's a 3rd level, but you know. And then
Sorry, I was thinking in magic
Hor-
for a second.
yeah. Horvin's going to need to learn lightning bolt as well, because he knows fireball, and lightning bolt's going to be much better, or be a good option to have, depending on how precise we need to be in the battle. So they're both learning. So Chance and Holvin are both learning lightning bolt.
Okay.
The other 6 of the 7 are all learning shield. Because
about
it looks like Holvin
Globe of
already knows it.
invulnerability, which Horvin knows.
That's a good one, but I don't think. Oh yeah.
You. Okay, so I'll take you briefly to like the battle map as a whole. And you see here, there's a bunch of tokens.
Yeah.
These are all of like the frontline fighters, and each of like these tokens represents about 25 fighters. And then like these are like the specialer ones. Actually, to be honest, Palu's token also represents 23 people, so that fits. So there are several like ways that you could deploy the Kumtawa forces. These are the Kumtawa forces, by the way. These 4 tokens. You could deploy them as like frontline fighters, or you could make like some of them more like back support to like keep the rest of the troops up. So it's something to think of, that a spell like a shield or globe of invulnerability might be really useful. It may even be the choice between like life and death for some of these like more frontline fighters.
Yeah, so I have enough to teach 3 people a 6th level spell. I was going to go through and teach Tensors to 3 people, but Globe of Invulnerability is probably better, and then put like each of the ones who know Globe with like a group. Because then that would be Holvin and 3 others. So each of them could be in one of the Kamtawa groups. So then each of them have access to Globe of Invulnerability.
Okay, and just for reference, these 3 tokens are the Onalembo guys that haven't arrived yet, but you're anticipating will be a part of the battle. And the top ones are obviously all the peasants. But also there's a library in town. I don't believe you've ever asked them if they have any magical ink, but it might be worth an ask.
I haven't. I've only ever went to the market district. That's a good idea. After that, Chance is going to remember that there's a library.
Yeah, he's planning things. He's like learning all of his charges, his abilities, and he's like, oh man, all these books. Wait, books. The library! They have a whole scriptorium that I went to once to get a classified book.
Yeah. With that, Chance is going to depart, and he is going to... well, he's basically, after writing down, like copying down, like a shield spell scroll,
Okay.
And giving it to like the others to start like copying into their own books and everything. He's gonna go, by the way, I'm just gonna run to the library right quick and see if there's anything else there that we might be able to use. And then he is going to scoot over there.
Nice. Yeah, the people you leave behind will indeed just start like one by one, possibly even 2 by 2, copying down the spell scroll.
Mm.
And we'll spend some time bonking one another over the head with like random vines and casting the spell.
Yes.
And Nimralai, the head librarian, is currently sitting behind the desk. And their assistant Azatane is also hovering around in the background, filing away recently returned books. And they both kind of look at you as you approach.
All right. Helping some other wizards with spellbooks and everything to get ready for the upcoming battle. You guys don't happen to have magical ink lying around anywhere, do you?
Azatane, like, immediately is, like, shaking her head, but Nimralai, like, waves her off, and kind of just parks her chin on, like, her interlaced fingers. You know, as a matter of fact, I may have a little reserve over in the scriptorium.
Would you be willing to part with a little bit so that we can better defend?
Yes, come with me. She'll get up from the
Chance?
desk. She'll just point at Azartane and point at the desk, and hint to her that she needs to, take over. It seems to be a well-worn dance, and Nimralite brings you over to the scriptorium.
As they're walking, Chance is also going to ask. There was some books that Audra and I read that increased our abilities. You don't happen to have any others of those that are charged and can be used?
I'm afraid not. Not that I can think of off the top of my head, anyway. Many of those have probably been donated to Sophia already for the defense. I think she's handed a few of them out to our already more esteemed defenders.
I see.
But I do have something you need. She takes you into this. It's like quite a small room in of itself, and then she takes you up a ladder to like the mezzanine level where there's a lot of barrels and crates. She brings you over to a barrel and literally just slaps the top of it. I think this may be what you need.
Chance is just gonna like blink once, twice, thrice, almost impressed at the sheer volume.
The magic may not be quite that potent anymore. It was enchanted many decades ago by a travelling wizard. But, it's not the kind of thing we've really needed that much. We used it to copy your books, for example. But magical learning has been somewhat restricted by the back house and the Gressingmans.
In fact, we plan to change eventually. Once that everything is settled down, we've returned the sun to the sky, or the second sun to the sky. You know, I've talked to Audra already about it. I think I might start a school up here.
Oh, there's already a building fit for purpose. even a few surviving tutors that aren't entirely awful.
Well, how can I repay such a kindness? And Chance gonna motion towards the barrel.
Make our library not get fucking burnt to the ground! Dear?
Chance will nod. All right then. That's easy enough. I plan to hopefully ensure that nothing gets burnt.
Yes, good. Myself and my little orphaned charge have spent long enough organising this place. I think I would rather come back as a zombie and spend the rest of my unlife trying to put it back together than die.
Very well. And Chance is gonna move to pick up the barrel of ink using his telekinesis to help him.
Lift with your knees, not your back. Or better yet, with your brain.
Well, it can only go 60. It's only mage hand, so it can only go so much. But I think between that and Chance does have a 12 in strength, so he's a little bit stronger than average.
With that, like, you'd be able to, like, shove the barrel onto its side and roll it to the ladder. Where Chance would be able to, like, catch the barrel as it was, like, pushed off of the ladder onto the ground. He'd be able to, like, catch it before it breaks. And you'd be able to very slowly roll it back to the grove.
Yeah, that's what Chance will do then.
On his way back, he would be accosted by a certain very avid fruit and nut vendor who has a brand new cart. Ah, my dear sir, would you like some help with that?
If you don't mind, I'm sure going to the Druid Grove, I'm sure we could also buy some of your wares for a little snack for everyone.
Aye, they say that fruits and nuts are the brain food of the economy.
Chance will nod, and should he allow it, start putting this barrel of magic ink onto the cart and helping move it.
The fruit and nut vendor, Gladius, will help to just like slide the barrel in, and it just joins the barrels of what he already has on his cart as wares. He clips it into place and then picks up the wagon. He is acting as his own mule, and just merrily jogs along. He's whistling a happy little tune. You know, I've never had quite so much business.
Yes, well, there's plenty of people around to help with the upcoming defense.
Oh, aye. And I hope that in the event that y'all don't succeed, that orcs and ghosts and whatever's quite into nuts as well.
I'm sure they would be. As Chance just gives a very slight smile of, don't think that way. We are going to survive and defend this place.
It seems like you got a bit of fire in your belly. Here, try one of this. It's my own favourite snack. Special recipe.
Chance will take it and give it a try.
It's like a kind of sticky, sweet, spicy peanut. It burns your tongue, it's kind of nice.
That's good.
Oh,
I
thank
wouldn't
you.
want to eat like an entire bag of them at once, but you know, for like a small little, hey, I'm gonna just have a couple of these. Yeah, that's very nice.
You're very kind. And with that, you guys roll back up to the grove, where he helps you unload your barrel, and then begins
Yep.
shouting, "Fruits, nuts, other assorted snacks."
If everybody wants some snacks, it's on me, and Chance is going to just place how much
Are you referring to specifically your group, or to just everyone in the grove?
everybody in the grove, and he's going to place 6 Onalembis gold on the cart, and kind of give a nod. This is for us as well as if you don't mind going around to the other training sites and giving out what you can. I think that should cover it, and a little bit anything extras for your help.
Gladius gives like a very sloppy salute. That I can do.
And
there's
Chance,
quite a long line that is formed when they're offered the prospect of free food.
yeah, and Chance will just take off the barrel of ink, giving him 6 Onalembis gold, and sets down the barrel, and then kind of starts trying to figure out how much ink this is.
It's like a lot. The like 1,000 ink that you brought home was like one kind of like potion-sized bottle. And you estimate that this barrel could fit 100 potion-sized bottles.
More or less, everybody can copy everything that they need.
More or less.
Alright, so with that, then Chance is going to teach all of them. Tensor's transformation is going to get everybody to learn Globe of Invulnerability. Everybody's going to learn Wall of Force. Like, we're just going to go through anything that could be useful for the battle.
Okay.
Everybody's going to learn it. Things specifically that Chance will get, he'll take Globe of Invulnerability.
If you could make like a short list of all the spells across your sheet and the 2 sheets I've sent you that you want everyone to learn, that'd be the most useful to me, because then I can like formulate more specific like custom sheets for these guys.
Yeah.
And while we're already on this topic, if I wanted to teach the divine casters any of like the Audra spells, like Audra Shooting Star, how would you want to go about that?
That is a very good question. Rules as written, there's no ability to teach druid spells in the same way that like there is for wizards.
They level up. Can they? Oh yeah, there's they can't even. They're not even learned spellcasters, so it would be prepared spells.
They're in a way they're prepared spellcasters, right? So they have a list of spells. One could argue that Audra's Shooting Star would count as a druid spell, since she's a druid and she made the spell. I think if you were to spend like a solid day and an equivalent amount of magical supplies trying to teach your students how to cast this spell, I'd say there's like a 50-50 chance they'd be able to pick up on it.
Okay. In your guys' opinion, what would be more, just like I would talk to, like, I guess Chance and Providence is right there. What would be more helpful to teach them? Wolvesbane, which can stop a creature from transforming, but I don't think that's going to be super helpful. Like on the, yeah, I think Shooting Star is going to be the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it just like it's damage and it's movability. So
you've had no intel that there's shapeshifters within the ranks of this army.
Yeah.
And by now, Sophia has shared her intel with you. And in short, while your total defender level is like you have about 600 people, there's about 3,000 troops approaching.
Okay. Yeah. So how much would it cost? You said an equivalent amount of. How much money do I have?
Yeah, so going back to the so do you want to be Mordenkainen sheet, it would be just that level's worth of gold.
Oh, okay.
So that would be like maximum of 10, I guess. Gold's worth of magic supplies anyway.
And I assume that's available here.
Oh yeah, like if Chance doesn't have it, you can like use the magic ink, or Audra might suspect that Nimralai might have some, or the market might have some.
I was gonna say, I feel like the Grove, it's like we do rituals and stuff here. I feel like I would be able to, I could just give them some money to replenish the stores, but I feel like they would have some here at the Grove. At least for divine magic, like incense and stuff.
Would Providence be doing anything specific with like, with their charges?
Not really, because it's like all sorcerers are different, so that their origin sources will impact what they're capable of doing.
Especially when those sorcerers are warlocks.
Ah, that would explain a lot. Yeah, she doesn't understand a warlock to high heaven, so
Yeah, remember when I was all like, and some of them prayed to like the shadows to give them answers, and the shadows responded?
Oh, I just assumed they were like Cthulhuists. Okay, cool.
Well, they are in a way.
And I feel like halfway during the day, kind of in the other camp, Luca and Sam would probably like swap places where I would let, the barbarian, deal with any potential barbarians, and, I'll just, I'll let people shoot at me and I'll just try to catch the arrows. I'm also like
good.
a Kensei. I am proficient in a crossbow and stuff like that. So
yeah. I was gonna like shift onto you guys in a sec when like the fruit and nut vendor would move on to your area.
Oh, okay.
I guess he'd end up shuffling on like just as you were switching over. Arazid and Solas, you've been very instrumental in like helping the concept of aiming. And Samantha, you have just had a lot taken out of you today.
Ah, it's fine.
But a lot put into you as well. It's just that what's been put into you is arrows.
Exactly.
But yeah, the pair of you will switch over.
Yeah, because I feel like Samantha's gonna be really helpful with people who rage, or paladins, people who have like minor magical abilities or other stuff going on.
There definitely seems to be like a big increase in the amount of confidence amongst the peasantry here by the time that Luca approaches.
Hey, I see you've been hitting. That's great. Now let's see if you can hit me.
There's a quick break for like enjoying some like dried mangoes and walnuts and whatnot.
Oh, this is delicious.
Very pleased to meet your acquaintance. For all your fruity and nutty needs, my name is Gladius, me and my cart. I call her Cart Point 2.
The nut cart.
You named her Cart?
It gets otherwise quite lonely out on this job.
It's really depressing, man. I don't know if you should be telling customers that.
Carty B. That's good. Well, technically you ain't my customers. I've just been paid to give you some food.
Oh, don't mind.
After that, Gladius is going to move on to the melee fighters area, where Samantha has been traded over. She is still quite full of rage, and also full of holes.
Oh, we're going to evolve this stuff. Samantha is starting to throw people around.
Like, full on, like, Shrek.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't give a damn about your bad reputation.
I have a reputation?
Yeah,
I would
you
have thought
do, and
100.
It's not that bad actually. You're quite well respected amongst your fellows. But
Well, how do you do, fellow barbarians?
the the peasants that are just like there when you show up and start throwing around your fellow vault dwellers, they seem quite scared by you.
And Luca specifically gives them no warning.
I would not expect anything less from Luca.
She'll basically try and teach them, like, okay, in the event that you see or have to fight someone much stronger than you, abuse the action economy. It's all good.
What is the action economy?
Hit me more times than I hit you.
Allow me to demonstrate.
Case in point, and then yes.
Yes.
Flurry
okay.
of blows!
So all in all, throughout the day as a whole, because it's early afternoon when you begin training these guys. It gets towards like sunset around 7 p.m. And that's when you finally begin to break training for the day and order people to go to sleep. There's quite a lot of spaces that you know of that Sophia might have mentioned offhandedly in either the Twilight District or in Solaris's manse. I refuse to get rid of the edit, but I also need to mentally remind myself it's not Solas's manse. And overall, there's probably enough houses that have been abandoned or are empty. In order to house the 100 people-ish that you've been training today. I assume with that the other 8 of you will be returning to your base of operations at Artemis's manse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. We'll deal with like the evening and any other things that you guys want to deal with after a break.
Oh, okay. Well, I have to get ready to leave.
Okie dokie. Is there anything else that you'd like to interject then before you head off? At like any point in the day or the evening or the morning?
Fuck.
No is a complete sentence as well.
Yeah, but I think I would like to because this is so importante. I'll if I think of anything, I'll text it. I'll
Okie
text
dokie.
it real quick.
That's more than welcome.
I also gave you the breakdown there, Run,
Thank
of
you.
the spells that between Chance is giving them and what, everything that they have, what everybody is going to know, and what Chance has gained.
Yeah, thanks for that. I saw it, I just didn't respond, but I'll turn that into like custom sheets. I'm assuming we're going to end up getting to like the proper all-out combat possibly next session? At the rate that we're going?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Sounds like it. I mean, we're obviously like doing everything we possibly can to take advantage of the time. That
We have a few days of training, so I think at this point we're probably just going to be training and doing some stuff like potentially like casting dream to talk to people, maybe.
Yes,
I think
believe that was the
2
plan.
for one day as well. I think.
But not all of that has to happen like in session. Some of that can be done
out of session. Yeah.
True. Arazid still needs to talk to Tassa. I'm assuming that's going to happen at a game.
Yeah, I just need to use my damn talk rock.
Because I think like Chance will split his training between the people who are melee fighters and the spellcasters. that
Okay.
he is kind of like helping.
Right. We'll organize this a bit more like after
Yeah.
the break.
After the break, yeah.
And now I'll see you guys at 1:45.
All right.
So we will pick up in the evening of Lavian 13th, Invasion Day 12. Where pretty much everyone that is a part of like the main group has returned to Artemis's manse. Would Ilda have gone with?
Probably, yeah.
I find them hard to read sometimes.
She goes where she pleases.
If you like, I could even bring up the actual map for this place.
You know when you do that sneeze and it's like more powerful than you anticipated?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh buddy. So you have like an evening to yourselves now. There is like a functioning kitchen that you've become somewhat acquainted with. Recently, Audra is a lot more acquainted with it. But apart from that, you guys are able to choose your rooms or any other sleeping arrangements that you desire, and do any other form of downtime activities you'd like for the day.
I'm sorry, Ren, could you repeat all of that? I decided to go into a incredibly violent coughing fit.
Oh, buddy. Yeah, sure. There is a kitchen that you've as a group become vaguely aware of. Audra being a bit more aware of it for backstory reasons. But apart from that, you're able to choose what you want to do with your downtime this evening. Choose your rooms or wherever else you'd like to sleep. And anything else you'd like to do with your evening.
Well, obviously dibs on the green room, but I was gonna say I would invite Arazid to sleep on the little bed in the main area.
Oh, that sounds really cute. Okay. Look, OMG, I've got a really big room. We could play poker.
I was gonna do magic spells, but
Oh, look at the table.
I already drew the rune on the floor.
Not gonna lie, I completely forgot that like that was an artifact.
Leave it, it's funny.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing. It works so well. It's funny.
I have this. Oh no, I don't have this spell. This is the same day that we came back. Oh, I don't have my bees spell slot. I'm so sad.
Bees. There are more bedrooms upstairs for those who are left wanting. But unfortunately, the rooms upstairs are the ones that the tyrannical lord used to sleep in. So, you know.
They're tainted, obviously.
It depends
Also,
on
I think
your
Sophia's
vibe.
sleeping in one of them, and so is like Perdak. So
No, Sophia is sleeping in her own room. Perdak actually has his own room.
and if Luca can get away with it, she will end up sleeping in Sophia's room. But otherwise, she'll just find a place.
Oh, I have hidden a lot of this from you for a reason that is no longer relevant. Of course, there's always Opha Barris's room to contend with. so many people that don't exist anymore. Not, right now anyway.
I mean, they exist, they're just not here.
But yeah, like, there's another floor of stuff that you can deal with if you want. I could probably honestly just merge these two maps into one. That would be easier. Yes, let me know if there's anything that you guys are, like, intending on wanting to do this eve.
Could I have swung by and just picked up like some common magical items to be destroyed?
From the market, for sure.
Yeah. It literally does not matter what they are. They are simply getting destroyed.
Yeah, can you buy me some too? I have money.
Yeah.
A common magical artifact to be destroyed costs 50 Southern Deloran gold each.
50, yeah.
Can you take 100 and buy me some?
Yeah, I'll get 2 for Audra. Let me just open up these tabs with my custom spells and then to double check the thing here because I have a couple. Because I want this to actually go through to enchant the sword a bit more.
I'll just take for myself, I guess, like the Boots of False Tracks and the Wand of Smiles, just so we can keep track of what's still there.
Yeah,
I
I'll
have
do
never
some.
heard edit that, Ren, so that's just for your information.
So, common increases base chance by 10.
You've got like the main bulk of it, don't you, Bailey?
Of the... Yeah, I have...
Mm-hmm.
Let's see... 104 arcane supplies left.
Could you mark off 14 for myself, please?
Yep, that's easy
Thank
maths.
you.
It goes
And
to
I will-
90, and then I will figure out what I want to take. So I know for sure...
So that's 4 different things I'm working. Nope. 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 Nope.
I think I'm going to drop... Probably... Yeah, I'm gonna drop 200 gold to go to 8800 just to buy 4 common magic items because I want to
I didn't even
ensure
do
that that's going to be a thing.
Okay.
Because that gets me to a 50-50 on that, which I should roll before the big fight. If not, then I'll buy more to try and get my spell casting up. The spells I honestly don't need. I might make one up before then and just buy like as much magic items as I can to make it. But I've been trying to think of one, and I haven't had the time to sit down and properly format it and think of what I want it to be. Because school's been a thing. So I'm buying 4 common magic items. Doesn't matter what they are. I am just going to destroy them for spell casting. Because I'm going to attempt to make my spell benefits of the Sun's tier go up to +1, which will go to a 50% chance because I'm going to pump all 4 on top of the 10% that I already have to a 50% because I failed this 5 times already.
Drum roll, please.
And then we're going to roll 1d100 and just barely make it. Okay.
Yay, spells.
And then I'm going to roll for my other 2 spells because I may as well roll for them. So 3rd level on a 88 up. Nope.
Right.
4th level. That's going to be a no as well. I already know it's not going to be good.
You got one though.
Yeah, I got the one that I was really wanting, which was that the Sun's Tear is now an arcane grimoire as well, or has the effect of giving +1 to my spell save AC and all my spells. So, is that a
You are slowly
global?
restoring its original capacity.
Yes. My spell. Is there an option for global spell save mod? There it is, 1. And then a global attack modifier, magic attack modifier is 1. So this should have fixed everything, I believe. Because it's proficiency plus spellcasting ability, so 10, and then that's 11. So yeah, now I'm plus 11 on all my spells. And that broke all of my cantrips again.
Good luck fixing those.
I just gotta go through and change that the melee damage is plus my dex modifier. Which is kind of annoying that it breaks like every 3 seconds, but oh well.
Yeah. So the main force of the Hexad, you guys are like settling in. Arazid might even like call you guys in and say like, do you want to play something fun? I have this like cool table. And the game that he will organize is Pictionary. And like the Kamtawa 3 are welcome to join as well. Otherwise, you guys are free to choose your rooms for the evening. I think you can all see both of the maps that like on the one page now.
Question for you to think about, Ren. Because my spell, like I have a +1 to my spells now, but I also have a +3 to melee attacks. Cantrips like Booming Blade say make a. I need to see their exact thing because whenever I'm doing this, it's automatically calculating and adding it to them both. Because it says brandish make a melee attack, so that would not gain the benefits of like the +1 to spells.
Correct.
Because it's a melee attack. Okay. I just need to go in and fix that because I just noticed that they were +15 instead of +14, and I was very confused. But I wanted to clarify that before it became an issue, so I just got to bring down the bonus to hit to a +2 because it's automatically calculating the +1 because they're spells.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure everything was as it should be.
Thanks. But yeah, like Luca, Ilda, Samantha, the trio.
I mean, we can't move the tokens you've replaced, so I already moved. Yeah.
Oh, that's annoying because I dragged you guys from the sheet.
Yes.
It's too
so
powerful.
I've just put a new one on the board.
I will delete
and it works.
and Samantha's current tokens then, and I've already fixed Lucas.
Yeah. So Ilda's basically just found the nearest outsidey area that's still within the building, and has found a way to Thought Springs and is just kind of chilling there.
Nice.
Ironically.
the grass is really soft in the hot springs. It's something about like the humidity.
Hmm.
Like you could probably like use a bush as your pillow and have quite a nice time here.
Who says she won't?
What about you two?
Head went empty.
I will say, for lack of a better idea, when the two of you enter into the door, you will see, or more correctly, you will hear Sophia praying at the end of the foyer.
I think I'm just gonna go sit on a sofa. Sleep is for the people who are alive. Zombies don't need sleep.
And to be honest, even if you did want to just lie down and pretend to sleep for a while, these sofas could accommodate you. And Luca.
Luca is popping a bottle of wine with Sophia.
There's like quite a few places to scrounge up a bottle of wine in this mansion if you want to find one.
I will find the nicest one I possibly can.
You scout out the place for a little bit and you reckon that the nicest you can find are probably in like the casino area upstairs, or possibly just in like the lounge area to your immediate east on the ground floor.
The lounger. This is the grand lounge. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna look for wine or like a really nice other bottle of liquor. But I'm hoping wine, because that's what we talked about.
Yeah. You find a couple of like old bottles of red wine on like the shelves on the edges of the room. You also find a couple of bottles of like aged brandy.
Oh, I'm just gonna grab one of each.
Okay.
And as I approach Sophia with 2 bottles of liquor, how stressed does this lady look?
She's like she's on her knees with like her hands clasped together. The altar that she's kneeling at is adorned in lots and lots of vines. It's clear that it seems to have been converted from a different type of altar into one dedicated to nature. And just as you approach, she goes, "In the name of the grass, the leaf, and the holy twig."
I try to. I don't want to be like. I get the praying thing because I've seen people do it, but Luca's like, it's not really her thing. She's trying to walk louder to announce herself as she gets close, like purposefully, really going like full jackboot.
Sophia will just like stand up. She won't acknowledge your presence just yet. She picks up what just looks like a twig to you at first glance, and she summons a mote of fire in her hand and uses that to light the twig. And then an incredibly intense floral smell hits you, and you realize that she's lit an incense stick, which she places in like the hand of the statue. She finally steps back, nods her head, takes a deep breath, and then turns towards you. You caught me doing my nighttime routine, praying to any god that will fucking listen.
I think it's really sweet that you still think the gods listen.
They haven't answered yet. But I hope there'll always be tomorrow.
You want to have a drink with me? I've got I think this is a red. And then this will get you drunk real fast.
I think I would like that very much. There's a there's like a nice cozy area over there that we could go to, or she kind of like blushes. There used to be a wizard's bedroom on the first floor.
You know, I've just been so hard at work all day. I would love to sit on a nice, cushy bed.
She'll take you by the hands and lead you up the stairs.
Score, 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 score!
And leads you over to Ophibarus's old chambers. There's like a
This
chair.
map is too big now. I'm having trouble navigating.
Yeah, scroll like way down. I'll ping her so you can see some
Oh,
of them.
yes. Okay, way down here. Gotcha.
She sits in a chair kind of opposite-ish the bed, feeling a little standoffish, gestures towards the bed for you. She's found a couple of glasses immediately.
I'll chill on the bed for a while, and then I'm gonna do that thing where I sit on like the arm of her chair as the first time we have like a refill. So I hope you don't mind me saying, you seem a little tightly wound these days. Is that normal, or?
Oh, well, you know, I just have the worries of the entire defense of the last bastion of nature in the region.
And you worrying constantly helps the situation?
She just laughs uncontrollably for a few seconds. No one else is gonna do that, are they, dearie? And she's already had like 2 glasses by now of, I assume, the wine.
Yeah, I'll stick to wine unless she decides she wants to go hard. I don't know, it seems like you've got a lot of people also worrying.
Yes, they're all worrying, and they're all looking to me for support.
I mean, I'm here now. Any particular way that could take off your shoulders?
She smiles. Are you any good at back rubs?
Cracks knuckles.
She will down her 3rd glass of wine and totter. Like, she can hold her liquor enough that you, like, get a sense that she's, like, not 100% impaired right now. Like, you know, she's still within enough of a good mind. And she'll just, like, lie down in the bed next to you and receive a massage.
Yeah, I will go full monk, like, pressure points of, like, releasing stress, and basically doing the opposite of what I would do with, like, a stunning strike, of, like, hitting the good pressure points.
And she seems to thoroughly enjoy it and seems very relaxed, and once you're done, smiles up at you. And she kind of reaches for one of your hands as you retract them.
I mean, I don't want to overstay my welcome, are you sure?
She holds your hand even harder. And
I stay as long as the pretty lady lets me.
I think with that we would fade to black.
Absolutely.
Would anyone else be doing anything interesting that evening?
Chance isn't. Man has made his sword even better. Goes, aha.
Chance, Audra, and Arazid enjoy a rousing game of Pictionary.
Mm-hmm.
Providence and Solas are also invited.
Solas is like subconsciously stressed of having to deal with like an idiot, that like a group of absolute idiots for just the entire day. So he is politely declining.
I'd like to think it's just Providence and Solas in the same room, sitting in opposite chairs, just like, boy, we didn't sign up for this.
Yep. Just looked at each other like, what the fuck?
They're speaking without speaking, just like gestures, nods, grunts.
Just they're just
Everyone's
looking
looking
at
into the
magic.
camera like they're on The Office.
It's just like blokey, talk.
Just like,
you may have even found yourself a bottle of brandy or of just regular apple juice or whatever you want to share between the pair of you as you commiserate. The game of Pictionary doesn't go well, mostly because, I mean, Arazid can barely write. His drawing ability is not particularly great either. But I picture Chance and Audra as both decent artists in their own right.
Yeah. I mean, with the amount of calligraphy Chance has done, I get the feeling he's good at line art. But if he was to try and like color anything, it would be horrendous.
I feel like Audra's really good at getting the point across.
Yeah. Chances, I think, would be a little bit harder to read because, like, he's kind of more attached to the fundamentals, so he ends up just like drawing some really good fucking like 3D rectangles.
I feel like Chance probably always takes like the longest on his turn too because he wants it to be perfect.
Yeah. Like there's multiple times where like the paper just scrunches up and he just restarts.
They're supposed to be doing it fast, Chance. That's part of the rules.
Honestly, Arazid takes a similar length of time to Chance, but like when he's done, it's just like it's a chaotic like 5-year-old's drawing level. It's just like a blob that's been like hastily shaded in.
And I feel like every time Audra has the reaction of like when a small child gives their parent a drawing, and you're like, oh, it's so good.
Yes. And like Audra is clearly the winner of this. She's the only one who's able to like accurately draw something. And Arazid's just like, oh gee, you're so good.
And then Audra starts doing bad on purpose.
I think in the end, no one ends up being the clear winner because you all end up arguing over various things. Arazid would accuse you of losing on purpose. Audra and Chance may end up kind of doing that cute coupley fight thing of like, no, you're taking too long drawing. No, you're just too good.
Oh no, Chance straight up, like if anybody's like, you're taking too long, he's just going to go, I know.
Okay.
But it has to be good. Must be perfect.
It's just a game where these papers are just going to be thrown away after.
I don't... Look, it's... When I've been at this for... Since I can remember. Actually, shortly after I can remember. It's been drilled in that a single mistake is 10 lashings, so...
No one's gonna... If anyone even try... I'm gonna... This is... Okay, pause the game of Pictionary. Pause the game of Pictionary for like a 15-minute talk about like feelings and perfectionism, and nobody's gonna give you lashes. What the fuck?
Chance is gonna like not. I understand that, but these things don't change overnight, unfortunately.
I want you to give me a really bad drawing. I'm asking for it specifically. I want it to be bad. I want there to be ink smears.
Is Chance even able to do this?
James is just like his mouth is like opening and closing. This does not compute. He'll then take one of like the scrapped up like balls that he has thrown like behind his shoulder, like with telekinesis, and it'll just float and sit scrunched up in front of Audra.
She'll take it. She'll
And,
smooth it out.
Yeah, if she has a look at it, she'll find that it's technically, again, very well executed.
This is great. This is totally understandable. I can see what you're trying to draw.
Except for this part here, and he'll like point to like a very minute, like the stroke like bled a bit too much ink, and there's like a small blot.
Sorry, Chance, could you get me like a magnifying glass? I'm not sure I can see what you're pointing to.
Wait a second. I know magic now. And Chance is just going to like go like to where like the issue is and everything, and he's just gonna prestidigitation it away.
Okay, not the point I was trying to make, but
I have magic. I can fix the mistakes.
it's not a mistake. It's not that bad. It's just you're human. This is normal.
At this
okay, you know
revelation.
what? Actually, what we're gonna do? Audra will pass over one of her papers, and she hands it to Chance, and she looks him in the eyes and says, "Tell me everything that's wrong with it."
No.
Come on, right? There's something wrong with it, right? I deserve to be lashed, right?
Look, nobody deserves to be, but there's a deep ingrained psychological terror in me of mistakes are not acceptable.
I understand, and that's why we're working on it. We're just gonna work on it a little bit at a time until you feel comfortable making a, air quotes, mistake.
Okay, we can start small. This has been great learning. I've also figured out that I can erase these, so
I don't know if that's the best coping mechanism. You know, we talked about this in the Divine Caster group about like coping mechanisms.
well, it just means that I can fix it majorly, and then slowly but surely it'll get, I'll fix less and less as I'm more comfortable.
Audra just reaches over and holds your hand.
Oh, you guys are like so cute together. Anyway, what's this? And Arazid holds up something, and you can't even tell if it's meant to be like a structure or an animal or like a spell.
Wow, that's so detailed. You know, I'm gonna give Chance a chance to guess here.
Chance
I just
gonna
want to enjoy the shading for a minute.
narrow his eyes and attempts to divine what this is based on like what he knows about Arazid and his drawing and writing and everything.
Ah, I would say that's a solid insight.
11.
You're fairly sure it's an animal. Based on the amount of animal, like, you know, outside of the role, you can narrow it down further because you know that Arazid hasn't interacted with that many animals. He heard about like a giant scorpion once. After Hoa Twestworthy nearly got destroyed by one. He's met like a couple of griffins, a wyvern, dragons, a dog once, but not too many more.
Is it like a bit easier to tell now? Like, does this thing have 6 legs, or does it have 4? Does it have wings?
You genuinely can't tell how many legs it has, but you can tell it doesn't have wings.
Is that a picture of Rocket?
How did you know? Yes. OMG.
Because he did such a great job.
He's beaming with happiness.
Chance hears in his head, "You're gonna be such a great father."
The general mood of Chance has gone down by like a quarter of a peg of, oh god, we're not adopting Arazid. Chance will then lean over. My love, I think Arazid already has a family and like parents.
I was talking about the future. I was talking about the future.
Oh. Yeah.
No, it's okay. I could kind of hear what you were saying. But I'm pretty sure that like Ollie is still my wife.
Yeah, we really need to get some clarification on that one.
I see.
You
I
know,
mean, when
me
you get
too.
married, you have like a ceremony. You have like Chance and I had a ceremony. There's sometimes magical ceremony.
I mean, yeah, but like when my parents got married, there really wasn't much of a ceremony. They just kind of like told everyone that they liked one another and that they exchanged like a ring, I think. And like I've definitely got a ring from Ollie before. I think she stole it, but that doesn't matter.
Was the intention marriage?
Yeah. Did you guys like say like any like vow?
I don't know. I think so. I think I need to ask her.
Yeah, it's
Also,
probably a good idea.
Here's the
Ollie
Yeah,
does
gang.
introduce you as
I got
their husband.
I got M to agree to come back for a game. When we go to Jurass.
Ooh.
Internal screaming.
I need to know at least 1 week in advance when we will be going to Jurass in order to tell her. But
Something to discuss after we fight Army.
Yeah, I think it'd probably be after the fight, because that's the plan anyways, is to go from there to Jurass to reinforce them. Once that we know Grove is good.
There is 3 days between when Grove is going to get hit and when Jurass is going to get hit. So
yeah, because
a
we're
lot is
probably
riding
going
on your assumption that you're going to be able to wrap up the fight in 1 day.
Yeah.
Well, we can teleport there, so it's like we can get there same day.
True. It's just that everyone else that may be of help won't be able to.
True.
Yeah. But they have walls, and no, look, I'm just we are really banking on Morgan doing things.
Oh yeah, he definitely seemed like he absolutely didn't have his own self-interests in mind when he, as a thief, stole all of the money from all of the rich people.
Listen.
Yeah, but we
Sometimes
trust Morgan and everything.
It's certainly something to deal with, eventually. Anyway, with that, I think the game of Pictionary ends up kind of dissolving into nothingness.
Mm.
And I think I would, with permission, ask if I can test out a new spell on Chance and Arazid.
What?
Only if you want, though. If you don't want, I won't hate you. It's just a really cool spell, and I thought you guys might want to see it.
Well, it depends what the spell is. If it's gonna like make me dance throughout the night, then no. But if it's gonna transform me into a ferret, then yes.
It's kind of in between those two options.
In between dancing and transforming, this sounds interesting, to say
Yeah.
the least.
Yes, I can heal you after if it's.
Heal?
I just do it. So depending on whether you save or not, you feel an intense sense of euphoria, and then maybe just a little bit tired afterwards.
Arazid makes the save.
Save
Chance,
for half?
Chance specifically fails save. But he does it in such a way where it looks like he is moving to like dodge, but then he plucks the air as he does, as he points himself a 2. So I roll a 8 on my dexterity save.
All right.
And Chance's eyes flash silver for like a second as he like tries to like shield it a bit to make like in a way of like that you know how like lions will roar in pain and everything whenever like their cub bites them, more of a way of like Chance is trying to make it look like he's trying to dodge, but at the same time he's also just going to use magic to ensure that he can't.
Okay. I get it.
I'm not sure if you want me to like sleight of hand to try and do it like because he's trying to make it in a way that Audra doesn't know that he's done it.
I think that would be more performance then.
I am better at performance.
I think Audra wouldn't know. I mean, she can roll a perception check if she wants. Oh dear.
It's honestly so sweet.
She would know, but she would also be able to tell that Chance put a lot of effort into this act, and like it's up to her if she wants to spill them beans or just let him think that he got away with it.
Audra's just beaming. It's unclear why she's this happy. Maybe she just loves this new spell.
And like Audra, Arazid is recreating the dance that he did with Sophia in badger form at the wedding. He feels just like so euphoric, even though he only took like 4 points of damage.
Oh, by the way, I was thinking, I could create a copy of myself to send to Jiras to help the defense there, organize and everything.
Oh wow! Do you need some help with that, or are you asking if it's a good idea?
And we're asking if it's a good idea because we're going to need to sacrifice some equipment because it doesn't make a copy of me with equipment and everything. It's just a copy of me. It can cast the spells I can cast, and everything like that. So it can teleport itself to Jiras.
Do we need to send it fully equipped? Do we want to? I mean,
Well,
obviously,
I don't want to
obviously you
send a
should
naked
use it.
version of myself to Jiras. That's
Well,
just kind of.
I mean, obviously with clothes, Chance. People get so weird about being naked, though. Honestly, I really don't get it.
I mean, I honestly don't care, but I think other people care. I also wear these clothes because they provide a lot of protection.
OMG, like my suit of emotional support says Arazid, still dancing like his life depends on it.
Yeah.
You know, the
well, I
intended
have a
purpose of that spell isn't to make people dance. This is a really interesting side effect.
Yeah, I know. I just feel really good right now.
I can cast the spell. It's simulacrum. I can cast it, with my own ability, but I also have a spell scroll, which may just save us some resources, because I would need. But it would, because then the copy would be able to send itself directly to Jurass if I use the spell scroll, because I'm not casting my 7th level spell or my most powerful spell
Well, how
to
long is
make it
the simulacrum around? Is it able to would it we could
indefinitely.
cast it and we could share the bed tonight and then it could wake up and
It lasts until it either dies or is dispelled.
okay. Well, we have time, so we could just cast it tonight, and then tomorrow we could worry about getting the equipment together, and then it would be able to cast the spell no problem because it would have had a night's sleep.
I don't have the spell prepared is the issue. I would need to prepare it tomorrow,
Okay, you
do
need to
that,
prepare
and
it.
then we can get. Well, I suppose I can do it tonight. We can get it ready, and then it has a few days over in Jurass to do what it needs to do.
Yeah, I feel like there's time. I feel like there's not enough rush that maybe we want to waste the spell scroll just yet.
Plus, the simulacrum spell scroll, I believe I can use to copy somebody else, or is it only myself? No, I can copy somebody else as well, but that would destroy the one that I've already created. So if somebody else can use it, they can make another copy of either myself or somebody else.
Well, I personally think you'd be the best person to copy. And then Audra looks off into space for a while, thinking about the idea of 2 chances.
Just wait till we get to the point where it's infinite amounts.
Oh my god.
Because technically, once that you get access to wish, you can just wish a simulacrum or cast simulacrum. No, you cast simulacrum. The simulacrum casts wish on simulacrum to make a copy of you, and then you just continue that chain. Because they're all going to have their 9th level spell slot because it's of you. And that's the infinite simulacrum combo.
I guess Audra would definitely have her wish granted then.
Audra's just drinking a glass of water. Really intensely.
Alright, so I'll get that spell ready and get the necessary resources in the morning so we can send a copy of myself over to help Jurass in their defense. And we can think about potentially using the spell scroll on either another copy of me or somebody else to help with the defense of Grove, because then we can bring that second copy with us to Jurass if needed.
That's a plan. Yep.
Alright, I think then we long rest unless anybody else needs to do anything.
Sounds like a retiring for the evening type situation.
Alright, let me change around some spell slots. And I need that. I need to roll 2d20.
Oh yeah, I gotta do my stuff. Okay, good berries. Ooh, nice. Whoa, wheel.
I assume Providence and Solas kind of shuffle off into their respective rooms.
Mhm.
Or they can fall asleep on those armchairs for the evening.
Yeah. So, Ren, could I please get a copy of my character sheet with just make a copy and I'll start fixing it to be the simulacrum. If you could.
I'm able to copy it. My options are show to players or archive or delete, which I'm pretty sure you don't want me to do.
Yeah, you have to use the character vault to do it. That's something that I can show you the Roll20 wiki page on how to turn that on.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, if I'm exporting Luca, then I can also work out how to copy chance while I'm at it. So
Yeah.
Yeah. If you both have time after game, then maybe we can do that right quick.
yeah. Okay, so you guys long rest and then you wake up on invasion day 13, 3 days before the army is due. This is the last day that Azure will be in the city for. I'm assuming that for much of what is to come, you guys are going to be doing most of what you were doing today, but, you know, more of.
Yeah. Today, Chance is basically doing the simulacrum thing because it takes a 12-hour cast time. So first I need to go find a ruby worth at least 1,500 gold. And then
might be one in Artemis's manse. Let me.
Yeah.
There's not one in Artemis's manse. What about Solaris's
What about
manse?
Solaris's manse?
There's not one in Solaris's manse.
What about the back house?
There's one in the back house. That was the
Hey!
that was the
It's
minimum
almost
number.
It's almost as if they've already made simulacrums, as per Audra's vision.
Almost as if, huh?
So Chance is going to collect the ruby.
I love
He is
how
then
when
going.
dice like align with reality like that thing.
Yeah. He's then going to go collect the other components he needs.
You were gonna call it MacGuffins, weren't you?
Maybe. Well, it's snow or ice in sufficient quantities to make a life-size copy. So, Chance is going around finding as much ice as he can. That, or he needs to take a trek to the snowy bits of the mountain.
Yeah, he does recall only a few weeks ago in his time, but you know, almost exactly
last year.
Almost exactly a year ago, when he was in a very, very snowy part of the mountains, looking down over Grove.
Yeah. Chance is gonna see if Audra can cast Cloud Form so he can get there, get what he needs, and come back.
Okay, thank you for telling me that while I was still preparing my spells. Yes, I can. It's wind walk. Yes, I can wind walk you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I would cast it on the whole group, and everybody can just choose not to be clouds, just in case anybody else wants to cloud today.
Yeah. So all of today is basically Chance's going to go make us get the supplies and make a simulacrum, so he's not helping others train.
I actually, I have shape water. I can just turn water to snow or ice.
Oh, that works too. If you just make.
Yeah, I can
that also
water.
saves a 6th level spell.
Yeah, saves a 6th level spell. Yeah, I don't really. I would like to work on my bees spell today. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So instead, just make like a giant slab of ice.
Yeah, I can make a 5-foot cube of ice as long as there's no. That stays ice.
And then we're gonna put another one on top of it.
Yeah.
There's definitely been a market in Grove for this ability.
Yeah. So we there's now a 10-foot like cube of ice and everything, and I'm presuming Chance has just collected some generic clothes so the simulacrum can be clothed.
Yeah, there's a lot of clothes in either Nemaya's old room or Artemis's old room. They have like a very slight evil bastard hint about them. But apart from that, they're serviceable.
That, or Chance is just gonna go to the hook and eye, find just something that fits him, because it's gonna be an exact copy of him.
Also possible.
Because, actually, do I have anything? Do I still have any clothes? Because I have the ones that I got made in Ona Limbo. But I think that was like weaved into the clothes that I already had. I'm not sure if that was...
I think you've just been
clothes.
sitting in the one set of clothing for a few weeks now. which
I mean,
is
Chance would
super
wash it,
nice.
but they're also magical, so I doubt. Oh, I do have commoner's
So
clothes.
you can prestidigitation literally every day.
Yeah. Like Chance daily will clean himself and his stuff with prestidigitation. I do have a set of commoner's clothes, so I'm going. I have the exact token that I know must be used for, or the exact picture that the token's going to be for the simulacrum. It's going to be the original artwork that I've used.
Ooh, okay.
Uh,
I might even still have that token on Roll20, but I'm even more sure I've got the token in my hard drive.
yeah. Because that would be the commoner's clothes that Chance would have had, so he's just going to re-give like his old clothes that he escaped the cult with, or like bought after escaping the cult and everything that he
Is
would.
it this? Is this his original look?
Yes, that one.
How the boy grows.
Because I have all the commoner's clothes, which I presume is that. It makes sense that it would be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sounds good to me.
And Chance is also going to find a rapier somewheres. Because my man needs a sword.
There'd be one to find in the market district
Yeah.
for
Like, I'm not looking for
particular
anything
price.
magical, just like, I'm just
I
trying
have
to
a
get like.
scimitar I've never used if you want that.
That
Yeah.
would also be serviceable.
Yeah, because I think. Don't I get proficiency with. Because what's training in.
Rapier would be 25 southern gold pieces.
Oh.
Or you could take a scimitar for free.
Yeah, I think I'll do the scimitar, because that's a simple weapon, right?
I think so.
Because
Scimitar
I'm
is-
actually
know I'm
might
proficient in
not.
that.
A scimitar is a martial weapon.
Yeah, I get special proficiency in them because I'm druid.
Sorry,
so is a
no, I'm gonna
rapier.
go find a. I guess a dagger, because technically speaking, Chance doesn't have proficiency in any of those.
Oh my
I also
god,
have
yes.
a dagger. You want a
That's
dagger?
right. I did a bloody list of all of the things that you were capable in, and Chance is not capable in anything but a longsword.
Yeah, and the Sun's tier is special in that it's dext based.
Yeah.
It has the keyword that lets me use dex. So that's why I took longswords as my training in war and song.
You're
Other than
able
that,
to
it's
use, daggers, quarterstaffs, and then ranged weapons, and then a longsword, right? So yeah, I guess a dagger.
Yeah, I
yeah,
have a dagger
daggers,
if you want a
darts,
dagger.
slings, quarterstaffs, light crossbows, and longswords.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a dagger you can have for free if you don't want to buy something.
Perfect. So Chance will have commoner's clothes and a dagger ready for the.
Are we gonna canonically call it second chance, or is it just me?
I'm calling it Chance 2.0 because that's a thing that I do.
I think Chancent is probably going to be better because this one does not level up with me. Like, this is a carbon copy of how Chance is now. So if we get any level, I've been trying to wait and hold off until we've gotten the next level before doing this, because then it can cast 8th level spells. But at this point, it's probably better to have another person in Duras to help organize, who also knows the situation in Grove.
It's probably not going to be until you
After
guys
the big
prevail
battle.
in Grove that a
Yeah.
level up is.
Yeah, in which
Yeah, I
case
figured if we
that's
didn't
not going to
level
work.
up after
Yeah.
Rundown, it was gonna have to be after this battle.
Yeah. So.
Hence is one of the pitfalls of milestone-based leveling up.
Yeah.
If you guys do a bunch of milestones all at the same time.
Yeah. Well, either way, that's what Chance is doing for the day.
Okay.
And then I'll figure out and get everything sorted.
Yeah, Audra's gonna stare at Chancent for a long time.
Well, it takes 12 hours to make, so like you have
Oh, okay.
time to like
I'm gonna go do
do
something
stuff.
else then.
Yeah, you've got time to stare at Chancent for as long as you want.
I'm actually gonna
Yeah.
go cast plant growth for 8 hours of those 12 hours, and make sure we have double food for everybody
Nice.
that's here.
Which you would do kind of, I assume, in the farmland area where it would be most effectual.
Absolutely.
You'd take your students with you so that they could see a master druid in the works.
And anyone that's capable of casting this, it's only a level 3, so anybody who's capable of casting, I'm like, okay, move, because we each do a half-mile radius, so I kind of like, lay us out in optimal, an optimal grid, and then we all cast it.
Tremtrest sits at the edge of the field that you're all casting at, and he seems to be amused.
Stop laughing at me, I'm trying to concentrate.
You're also doing it like fairly close to where Luca, I guess not Chance today, because he's busy. So I guess like Luca and Samantha would be training the melee troops.
Samantha is strength-based, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like we've split them up. If we're doing it together, we split them up between strength-based and dex-based people.
All right. How's Luca feeling this morning?
Luca looks like the cat that got the cream. So self-satisfied. So much swagger.
Samantha doesn't know for sure, but like it's definitely not the first time that she's seen Luca with this like level of swagger. And it would not be a big jump to guess why she's swaggering in this way.
She just lets her get on with it.
She's gotten to that point now where she like just doesn't even bother to ask.
Yeah, you know.
Something happened with someone. TLDR.
Luca seems 200% more into defending Grove, though. Seems really invested for some reason. It's weird.
She's been paid. All right, good to know. Awesome, that's fucking hell. Yes, training. I promise my lungs are still inside my body.
Yeah, I hate that you had to specify that.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, you sound perfectly healthy, my dude.
I know. I'm. No. No, but in all seriousness, Samantha will be strength training with them.
Okay. And there's going to just be, unless specified otherwise, more training of every type going on today.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And there is, for a while, 2 chances running about town.
Whatever.
Yeah. One is clearly like has the sun's tear, his regular clothes and everything, seems to be like leading. The other's wearing clothes that specifically like Solas and Arazid would recognize. And that who doesn't have like as much stuff on them. And it is 2 chances walking around.
Would
one-
Chance be the type of person to pull a prank on anyone he knows?
No, not at this point.
Okay. Yeah, maybe not with like an army coming in 4 days. Well, 3.5 days.
Well, no. Look, if Chance did this and he was still like not gone to neutral good, yes. But at this point, he's not looking to like cause mischief or anything like that.
Okay, see, he's like book 3 chance. Book 2 chance would be more up for it.
Yes. Book
Okay.
1 or 2, definitely. Book
Right.
3, not as much.
He's definitely book 3 by now.
Yes.
Okay.
I now imagine Chance just in a mirror, just wave. Hi, Chance here.
Chance, you must look within yourself to save yourself from your other self. Only then can your true self reveal itself. Fucking love that episode so much.
Mm. Yeah, so I imagine dinner is very awkward though, as there is just 2 Chances sitting next to each other.
Yep.
Actual Chance sitting next to Audra, the other one sitting next to Chance.
Audra taking, like, just staring at Chance sometimes, staring at Chance sometimes. Okay, this is normal.
Oh, this might get confusing with same names and everything. So I think we should give the other. Sorry. This is going to sound very bad, and I apologize. And Simulacrum Chance is just going to like nod as like he's eating. Oh, don't worry about it. I think we should get another name.
Like, opportunity? Or...
I don't know if that one really fits.
What about you?
Who suggests that? Because Chance is just going to give them just the most this isn't funny look, and it's coming from 2 Chances.
It would be Arazid.
There we go.
We don't use that name?
I'm assuming that Samantha, Ilda, and Luca would also be like joining dinner.
If Sophia is here, yes. I'm eating wherever Sophia is eating.
Instant simp. Yeah, she sits at like the head of the table, and like Luca's kind of annoyed that Arazid already chose like an edge of a table to sit next to, so like Luca can't sit immediately next to Sophia.
Would Arazid move if I glared as I approached the table?
I think Arazid would like honestly be too wrapped up in like what's going on in his own life right at that second.
Grumble, 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 grumble.
So as Luca goes to sit down, the intrusive thoughts win as both Chances move the chair so that she'll fall with telekinesis.
Okay.
Because
it
they share
seems
the
that-
same brain cell at this point.
Good lord.
On
that
not
strength
liking
save
Luca.
Or dex save?
Dex.
Okay, I get a plus 11 to this.
I think that for sure, like Providence would kind of read the room and like move over to the other empty seat at the table, like and give Luca like a. Would it be like a winky look?
Oh no, it's a look of I don't want to sit next to Chance.
Ah! Even better.
Do that.
Yeah,
I do that. Luca, honestly, in a one fluid movement, the chair moves unexpectedly. Her feet just go straight up onto the table.
And she strides over the table and sits down at the seat directly next to Sophia.
What's up, Chance? Also Chance.
I love how we're not using the dead name anymore. That's kind of cute.
It's more of what? Nobody would recognize that. And that's a bad time
Yeah.
for Chance.
Wouldn't Providence recognize that name though?
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah. As soon as you is brought up, you would recognize that, because that, or you maybe, because like that's the name Chance took after he escaped the cult. Because in the cult he was only ever referred to as either like an abomination, the younger brother, but I mean, Providence can probably put together, from like talks and everything, that Chance took up the name you, like as after he escaped, and they would continue to refer to him, or would have continued to refer to him as like an abomination type thing.
So Chance, maybe like Lucky Luck, something like that. I'm
Chance
trying
would
to.
tilt his head. Other Chance would rub his chin. They would both just be in thought. Perhaps.
I'm looking at synonyms for like Chance right now. Providence is actually hilariously a synonym for Chance if you under the like fate luck definition. So just funny things.
Hmm.
Does anyone else have any suggestions?
Why not just call them a simulacrum and be done with it?
Simulacrum. You know what we can shorten that? Sim.
Okay, as long as it's not going to hurt your talking to Sim feelings.
Sim will nod. You know what? That makes sense. It is very practical, very me. And the two Chances will just look at each other, or Chance and Sim will look at each other and give like that nod of like approval.
Okay, as long as the both of you are happy with that, that sounds. I'm happy to refer to you as Sim.
Oh yeah. Chance will take like, after he like sets down like his cup after he took like a sip of his drink. Sim, you should probably shave so we can also identify ourselves a bit easier, besides just clothing and everything. And Sim will nod. And after dinner, we'll go shave so the token matches once again.
You don't look right without the facial hair, I have to say it.
So if anybody wants to, or has anything that they need sent to Taras or anything like that, come find Sim and I. He's going to be heading to Taras tomorrow. Actually, yeah, tomorrow. To give information to them about the defense and everything, and help organize things there.
I assume that Sim would be nodding alongside all of these suggestions.
Yep.
Does anyone else want to inject anything else into this evening? whilst you dine on your lovely meal, lovingly prepared by Chef Patties. You have baked honey-soaked fish with several different salads and a smoked ham.
No. I suppose the only thing after eating and everything, is there enough common magic items still in the market to buy more, or have we like slowly getting cut off or tapped out?
There are 5 common magic items left for sale.
Perfect. Chance is going to buy them all.
That will be 300 gold pieces, please.
That was 50 per, so would it not be 250?
That is 250 gold pieces, please. I'm bad at maths.
8. Oh no, I only have 8,550 gold left of Southern DeLorean golds. It's not even counting my remaining surplus of Onalembi's gold.
I've just realised that there's a fucking cockatrice still strutting about this place.
Yeah, we forgot about Arazid.
Well, Arazid busy, so...
Yeah, because Chance is going to go, I guess, buy out the common magic
oh my
item
god, yeah,
pool.
because I completely forgot the cockatrice was also called Arazid.
Yeah. This was Arazid's pet cockatrice, so he named it Arazid.
Right, yes. I think I may need to readjust the list of defenders in their CR.
Well, I think Arazid would just go in with the Grovian people.
Who would win? An entire battalion of, like, ghostly goblins or one cockatrice?
Very fair. So, unless there's anything else, I think we just go to another long rest and can do more spell crafting stuff. So I'm going to try and get the sword to a +2 spell casting, which is a 50-50 again, because I pump 5 magic items into it.
Nice.
Well, slightly better than a 50-50.
Before we start rolling, is there anything
Oh.
else anyone else wants to do with this evening?
Unless Luca runs into you-know-who, then that's probably it.
You guys were having dinner together.
Oh, no, I meant the other you-know-who. The Fae you-know-who.
Oh, yes! No, you haven't come across her.
Alright, just let me know if I do.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be extremely solicitous and having much better table manners than Luca normally has, and just like refilling Sophia's glass, like low-key serving her food.
You've already gotten there once. You really don't need to get her drunk.
It's not about getting her drunk, it's just like, oh, anytime like she like wants to reach across the table for anything, Luca's like, nah, I got it. Giving her like very much like princess treatment.
I see. Very cute. Would there be any spells that Luca, Samantha, or Ilda would like to try and make?
I think for Luca, not really a concern. She's not like she's a low-level caster, so, she kind of feels like she has what she needs.
Okay.
I'll put it this way. I am so so minutely regarding Samantha's ability to cast spells that I just have them in a list. The only spell she will ever cast, aside from Cure Wounds, is Counterspell. Everything else is Smite.
Fair enough.
So the only Providence would be the one doing the spell stuff.
Yeah, I'm just here for like Hunter's Mark, Hex, That's all Luca really cares about.
Then what about Ilda?
That is a solid maybe. I don't think she'd really go out of her way to do it, as she doesn't really know this place and how all its magic stuff works, to be fair, so or at least how it's changed, if at all.
Right.
So I don't think she'd want to mess around with it too much.
Understandable. She maybe wouldn't even be like cognizant of the fact that making spells is within her wheelhouse right now.
Yeah.
Although Audra would teach her, offer to teach her shooting star.
Hmm.
Man, that's like from the olden times.
It's not that long ago. I have older ones.
No, I meant from when I was like first joined. I think it was one of the
Oh,
first ones
yeah,
that
sure.
I was in.
My Windows says that it was downloaded right before my birthday this year. So it's only about 9 months old, 10 months old.
Yeah.
Oh, Izorn.
Then it was meant to be an intimidating villain, but ended up just being a fucking joke.
This is still one
Forgotten.
of my favourite memes, though.
I mean, we basically have this at this point.
Where like big scary, I don't want to go has obviously been Arazid for 2 years.
Yes.
And like my muscle's huge, you're ugly, I'm gonna kill you. Used to be Ollie, but I feel like is more chance now.
Oh yeah. Instead of my muscles are huge, I am fast as fuck.
Yes.
My brain is huge.
Just like he would be.
And the regular person in the middle is still Solas.
Somehow.
I'm so normal. What are you talking about? I am average.
I love the sword meme though. The amount of ones rolled.
Yes.
There's just, so many good memes.
I kind of miss the the chaos of pre-redemption chants.
Oh, also, I finally did ask Matt, like, what's up?
Mm.
I kind of phrased it as like I've noticed that you haven't been able to attend many of the sessions that you like said you'd be able to attend.
Yeah.
Are you actually able to attend them? And he was like, yeah, nah.
Okay.
So I'm kind of counting him out as like an actual player for a few months.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but not surprising.
Yeah.
His exact phrasing was, I probably won't be able to commit to being a player for a while. My schedule is a mess. That's his whole message.
Okay.
He's so busy
Yeah.
he couldn't even finish a sentence.
All right.
That or it's implied to finish it yourself. You can either go, I'm busy, or I'm a mess. Or it could be, I'm sorry, or, pick
Or
your...
it could just be like, things are a mess, and I am existing.
Yeah, there's that one.
He could just simply, forgot he was trying to reaffirm his name, like, I'm Matt.
Yeah, I mean, as it stands now, it's just I'm. Okay. Like, I feel like we could blast through one more day of
Yeah.
of playtime.
I gotta do something right quick.
Oh yeah. Can you mark off another 14, please?
Oh, okay. Today is going to be a very interesting day then, because I just rolled a 20 on Porrent.
Oh
Natural
lord.
20. I mean, you've been waiting on a natural for 20 for something, right?
Whoops, I need a second D20 for sim. I can do something today. Which is either help Audra deal with the whole demon ball thing, or I can try and fix Providence, because I rolled a natural 20. If I know how to fix Providence, I can say I roll a 20.
Please help.
Shit.
That's
Can
right,
I-
Providence. You're getting fucking fixed! You're like the Gondians with Karlak. You're not allowed to die.
I'm marking off another 14 for you, Josh.
Yep,
Carried away
thank you.
there.
And 4 for me.
4, so 18.
You know, one of these days, I'll make more spells. But today is not that day.
3.
I think, like, why would you make more spells when you're expecting to die in a week? What, so Ferris can cast them?
Alright.
Why not? Fuck it, go from 5th gear to 6th gear. Also because I want to, because it's a cool set of mechanics, Ren.
Yeah.
You made the mechanics. Now I must live with the consequences.
I'm glad that it's you, not me.
Also enjoy the duality of Sim rolling a 1 on the abhorrent check.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Sim gets portion too.
Yeah, is in a carbon copy. So
And speaking of like mechanics, you guys, like, I can't wait to show you the mechanics that I came up with for like unit level combat.
I mean, if you want to do it like between games so that we can get familiar with them, that would honestly be like freaking awesome.
Yeah, maybe, because then I could also get feedback and possibly improve things, because I just did some research and then all I found was like people that are super into World War II trying to recreate that in like a tabletop setting.
I'm curious, did you end up using the stuff I sent you? The horde stuff?
God, no, I completely forgot about it. I mean, I think I saved it, but I just didn't look at it.
No, it was mainly to do with like calculating health and things like that for, you know, grouping like 50 commoners together or something.
Essentially, like spoiler alert, the formula for figuring things out is each unit has a value P, where P equals power, and that is P equals N times V times CR. N equals number and V equals environmental variables. CR equals CR. So, for example, currently, like as I had planned it today, before you guys spent a huge amount of time trying to train them up specifically, each of the farmers has a CR of 1. So if 25 of them are in a company together, their overall CR would be 25.
plus environmental times environmental factors.
Times environmental
So
factors.
potentially, if we had like one of the frontliners leading them, they might have an environmental factor for that.
Yes, like this is one of my things. I've taken into account environmental factors of traps, and they have like each unit has like a plus D4, like for traps, which can be very, very useful. So basically, I'll roll like 1d4 and then like times 25 by that number, which can be massively effectual.
Yeah.
But also, if like a support or like a commander unit is nearby them, they also gain like an extra 1d6.
Yeah, because I think we can show. Well, we're going to be shoving one each of the mages Chance has been training or trained into like as many as we can
Yeah.
because there's 7 of them. So we can choose 7 groups that are going to have somebody who can do a lot of stuff, including Globe of Invulnerability or whatever it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've got like a lot of like individual units, like for example, like Vera or technically Ozuraman, but like they've said that they're going to be approaching as if they're an enemy.
Yeah, and then they're going to like breath weapon to break the lines.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
hopefully.
I think the main thing is that we're going to be good on the the horde side. I think it's more we just need to like us as a unit need to get in there, deal with Mechas and whatever command there is, and I think our defenses can pretty well handle anything else. I think that's going to be our priority in the fight, and then we can help clean things up once that we have defeated command and Mechas.
That's not a bad idea.
Because at that point we've cut the head of the snake off. If we do that, we get rid of any spore things that may be fucking around. We have multiple lines and options.
Which reminds me, on this, the last day that Ozuraman or Azure will be sticking around, do you guys like want to give them like a quick look over and like see if they have any spores on them?
That's a very good idea.
That's something that maybe someone else would be better at.
Yep. I'll go do it.
Come on, spore cow.
Would you like to know, Spore Boy?
Just, pardon me. Just lean up to the wall. You like spores? Yeah, I'll go check our scaly friend out.
Yeah, I think when Chance wakes up and as like him and Audra are getting ready for the day, Chance is going to look towards Audra. I believe if you want to try and get rid of whatever Artemis put within, if we can find a method to do so, today is the day to do it. I feel very in tune with the weave and believe I can do whatever I set my mind to at least once today.
Okay. Okay, great. So what we should do is we should go to the same location and try to reverse engineer the ritual, and have you try to reverse it that way as much as possible.
So today is Invasion Day 14. The group that are approaching Grove will reach where Ozuraman agreed to meet up with them in exactly 1 day. And then they will descend on Grove in 3 days' time.
I'm scared, but I was going to give Azuraman enhance ability, but that only lasts for a little bit, so.
It's very touch and go. I think it depends. Let's go with Providence first.
Yo.
You approach Azuraman, who is swimming in a place that I am swiftly coming to think of personally as Azure Pool.
That works. I think we'll just try and see whether there's spores in there before engaging in the conversation.
Okay, that would be, I believe you been rolling charisma checks for that.
Yep.
Thus far.
That'll do.
You are incredibly happy that you thought to check as Ojureman, because they are spores galores.
Okay. Just kind of wait until getting their attention. Or switching over to Draconic. Right, we need to take care of something before you go off. You're kind of infected with spores from Rendion, and the last thing we need is you being mind controlled when you're actually the attack from behind. So I'm gonna get rid of those for you. Just clear any surface thoughts off your head, all right?
There's a lot of emotions that Azure has to go over very quickly in this info dump. But they are able to
They managed to get rid of the surface thoughts of the DM.
yeah, they are able to get rid of the surface thoughts of the DM and their own internal thoughts.
Okie doke. Hippity hoppity. Here comes a charisma check. That will be re-rolled because sorcerers.
Oh yeah.
Much better.
Fuck! Please put that on the showcase.
No. Well, it's not a showcase, Ren. This happens all the time.
True, but I kind of want to just capture the fucking, barbarity.
Do you mean sorcerer bullshit?
Yes.
Sorcerers, am I right?
Sorcerers are the
Motivation.
barbarians of the spellcasting world. Change my view. Don't change my view.
I mean, we're better than wizards.
Damn.
Facts.
You... Even RGB?
Don't make me choose, Ren. Don't make me choose.
For the uninitiated, which is basically everyone else, Josh and I have been playing Baldur's Gate 3 together. He specifically created a wizard that he called RGB.
Have you got a picture of RGB?
I have many pictures of RGB.
In fact, yeah, if you go ahead and post all of them, basically I change the hair color of RGB every long rest.
RGB wizard.
When was that one taken?
I don't know.
RGB tiny but wholesome.
I just play Lae'zel.
Lae'zel of Kresh no midriff.
Yep.
But yes,
Yeah.
spores go bye-bye.
But yeah,
But-
RGB is very fun to play with. Oh yeah, also you guys might have seen on the gaming general chat the other day, RGB got a quest reward, and that reward was me.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, sorry. Anyway, a few minutes left. Providence walks her way over to the Azure Pool, where Ojureman, aka Azure, is currently taking a morning bath. And we'll say that this is the morning of Invasion Day 14, a few hours before Azure needs to leave in order to get back to the rendezvous point on time. You reach out in your mind, just thinking that there's a possibility that maybe they have spores that might need to be removed. And you find indeed a huge hub of spores. Far larger than any that you've seen in any of your compatriots.
Yep. They're getting removed.
With a nat 20, as opposed to the nat 1 you rolled previously, you're able to reach out and absorb the spores. And I'd like you to make a constitution saving throw here.
I will re-roll that because, again, sorcerers.
Yeah, and in
I
what world
will-
is an 11 okay?
I will also drop favored by the gods on that, so that is 26. That's
Nice. You reach out and you feel like these spores are more powerful than you have ever encountered before. It's almost like Audra Remen is infected not by like the local spore level that you've encountered thus far, even in the altars, but is almost a node in of himself.
Oh.
Like, it's his power is so intense that you feel this encompassing like regional effect level. And Providence is somehow able to persuade all of these spores to change sides and enter, or at least align themselves with his brain. With Providence's brain, I mean. You
okay.
sense that some of the spores still remain in Azureman's care, but this doesn't seem to be the worst thing in the world.
She'd want to get rid of all of them, if at all possible.
Inside Azureman's brain.
Mm.
You would need to like try again to really suck them all into yourself.
Fuck it, here we go again. Another charisma. Bonk. Reroll. No. Okay, I can't.
You're not able to persuade them all to like march along the invisible myelofibers of connectivity between the pair of you to sink into you entirely, but you do still get the sense that Azureman is yours.
Oh.
Specifically, they are bound to you now. The spores are... They have switched allegiances or hubs.
I think she looks kind of sad.
Azureman would look at you with a not entirely present mind.
Well, you won't be controlled by thingy. That's good. I'm so sorry.
It is more freedom, little one, than I have ever experienced before.
Oh, okay, that's good then. I won't do anything to control your free will. That really does suck. You should be fine to, go go do what you're gonna do. Good luck. She just walks off.
And at the end of the day, Azuraman will fly away and head south. And at the end of Invasion Day 14, would anyone like to have done anything of note?
Chance would have handed. So first, Chance would have handed Sim. Like he would have split the Jurass Thieves Guild rock. So he can keep part of it and give one to Sim to use for teleport.
Mm-hmm.
Sim would teleport away, and then I'm pretty sure Chance and Audra are going to go try and get the demon out of Audra.
Yep, I have a whole plan list of like mechanic stuff that I want to do to try to make this go as best as possible. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I have a. Oh shoot.
you got a 20 and a 17, so maybe you can help me with the history roll. But I'm also hoping that I'll just do okay on that.
Yeah, because I have a 17 and a 20, so I can give a 17 and keep the 20 for myself for whenever this actually happens. If we need to do anything to figure out how to do this ritual, I can always 17 so we can figure it out.
Okay. Considering the time, I think that is something we're gonna have to pick up next week.
Okay, I'm making copious notes for myself.
But thank you all for coming today and bringing your A game, as usual.
Yes.
And today has been session 101, Battle Fundamentals.
Hey!